Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Is there anything anybody loves more than agreeing with Tausch?
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
I got a hunch this isn't going to be concise either.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
I would say that you are pretty easygoing. You're actually probably more easygoing than I am.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, you're not easygoing at all.
Hey!
On 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Thursday edition. The I've got the open text from Mark Tauscher. What does that mean? What happened? Edition. The Jaire Alexander is a changed man. Okay, I don't know if I can say that for certain. But there are really good signs that this is not just phony baloney. Edition. And the Matt LaFleur at one point yesterday said, what can I say except you're welcome, that they actually ran full speed 11 on 11 while we were there. Because I may have snuck in it'd be nice if we were here more than one out of every 3 OTAs. I didn't quite say it that way, but thank you for your service, Matt LaFleur. Edition. Is that a flat brim hat edition?
Did he say, why don't you show up every day for the OTAs? Or did he not? He needs to snark back at you a little bit more.
Hey, if he opened them up every day, I would be there every day.
I know you would.
I mean, I'd be late.
Day, except for that one day.
No.
Except for weekends when you get soccer and gymnastics.
They're not there on weekends either, edition. Of Wilde and Tausch. I gotta move my picture of me to see this flat-brimmed Sun Prairie hat. You're too old. You gotta curve that baby, man. You're not flat-brim guy. Sorry. Edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker. Streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. That's how I saw Tausch's flat brim. And, of course, everything you need on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, and so is the Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
Well, I'm flat brimming. Yeah, I don't love flat brim hats, but this is the uniform.
What the kids are wearing.
We had a game last night, rocking the hat, and I'm not a flat brim guy. I am always a bend curve, but I think some hats are designed flat brim. So this is how I'm rolling. And
so you didn't try to curve it?
I'm not going to curve it. I'm going to keep it this way.
I respect that.
Yeah, but again, don't love it. But it's different, so I want to try. I'm going to check it out, and
it's noticeably different.
I'll see how it goes.
Okay, so you've got the open.
Yeah, and actually I have an addendum to my open. I've had this open because I was waiting. Obviously, Sun Prairie split, right? We have two schools now. There's Sun Prairie West and Sun Prairie East.
Yeah.
And there is a big tussle tonight. The Sun Prairie West baseball team beat Oregon last night, so they play Sun Prairie East. So it's a big blanking deal in Sun Prairie.
This is in the WIAA
this is tournament
state
time.
Tournament.
Yes, it's regional finals. You win, you advance, go on to sectionals. Sun Prairie East had a really good season. They won conference. They got a bunch of all-conference players. They got a really good team. And two of my buddies, Stelzy and Ostrenga.
Ostrenga. Sounds like Ostrenga needs a nickname.
I don't have a good nickname for him yet. So
the Big O.
We need to be better with nicknames. I think we've come. Stelzy's not a great nickname, but that's where I'm at with this. So we had a couple graduation parties last weekend, and we all kind of thought this was going to happen. You know, the Sun Prairie East was going to end up playing Sun Prairie West. So today is an 8th grade graduation at one of the schools in Sun Prairie. Okay? And both of these guys have sons on the Sun Prairie East baseball team. One is a starting pitcher. The other is a senior who has had a fantastic year.
Neither of them are 8th graders.
They are both, one is a sophomore, one is a senior. Okay?
But
both have, one has a son, one has a daughter in 8th grade graduating class today. 8 years worth of, schooling. So they told me, we sat and did an internal poll at this graduation party, and I've never seen something split more on gender than this conundrum Stelzy and Big O are in.
Oh, boy.
So I'm thinking to myself, it's a no-brainer. It's 8th grade. Like, if Eleanor's in this situation and Max is playing on the varsity team, playing in a regional final, I'm not blinking. I'm out. I'm going to the game. And they both start at 5 p.m. tonight.
5 p.m. for an 8th grade graduation.
Well, they have school. And we're going to finish, and they got to get set up. And whatever. It is what it is.
At least put that in prime time.
So they're both, and I think at the behest of their wives, there is church and a graduation. So you're talking about you're going to miss the game. And they're both going to do that. The families are sticking together, and they're not going.
But the boys are playing. They're not going to miss the game.
The boys are not missing the game.
Okay.
But can you imagine? I'm not even blinking. I'm going to that game. And it was strictly, other than the Voglers. Voglers were the only family that had the dynamic of saying, no, we ain't going to graduation. We're going to the game. Everybody else is sitting there saying, oh, we got to do this. It's Gracie's graduation. Oh, it's Jack's graduation. We got to go. And I was just completely dumbfounded. Then, of course, Sarah jumped in, and so I would have went to Eleanor's graduation. What would Jason Wilde have done? I have very upfront, I'm going to the blanking game.
We are dividing and conquering. We do that a fair amount around here, if that's what it takes. One of us is going to the graduation. One of us is going to the game. I mean, it's not.
It's Maddie's senior year, and you're telling me Paula's gonna miss to go to an 8th grade graduation.
Well, you have to. There are sacrifices to be made.
Sectional championship to go to state, and you're gonna miss the game to go to an 8th grade.
I thought it was a regional championship.
I'm up in the ante with you because I figured you. I'm up in the ante.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, one of us is going to each, which is not ideal, but that way both have a parent at their event.
Paula's like, oh, I ain't missing it. You're going to the 8th grade graduation. You have no problem with that?
No, then I'm doing that.
That makes me sad.
Both of them deserve your support. They're different events.
I get it, but it makes me sad that it just seems ludicrous.
Why? It seems to me like it's the perfect...
No, I disagree.
Okay.
I mean, I just vehemently disagree, but maybe sports is too important in my life. That's maybe what I'm learning in this whole thing.
But here's the thing. I'm confused.
And by the way, if Eleanor's in a gymnastics meet and it's to go to the state championship and Max is in 8th grade, I'm deucing that too. I'm going to the gymnastics meet. And I'm paying $40 and $60 to park and all that.
Sure, yeah. And then can't tell which one's your kid. But
I got to pay cash at one, credit the other, and then Bitcoin in the other one.
And if one is playing for a trip to state in baseball and the other is vying for a state championship in the all-around.
Split.
You're dividing and conquering,
yes,
right? And so here's – and I'm not here to question Strelzy or the Big O, but why can't they divide and conquer?
I don't know. I was actually shocked because Big O – he has another son that is a stud that plays at Iowa. He's got his 8th grade kid is a stud. Like they raise
They're
studs.
A baseball family.
They raise studs. Okay, and I'm shocked that he is going to church and going to. I was shocked.
Can you go to the graduation without the church? Would that allow you to see
it's
some
part
of the
deal.
game?
I feel like you have to go to church and not graduation.
They're claiming they're going to sneak out of church for the third or fourth inning, but.
And where in I don't want you to give too much information.
Do they need us to stream the game on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel?
They will appreciate that because they probably have it on in church.
We can probably figure that out in a pinch.
Yeah, I was amazed, and I knew Jason. I knew for a fact Jason was going to answer it that way, and that's great. That's
now wait a minute. In fairness to me, I'm saying that one of us has to be at the baseball game. You're telling me that everyone's going to the graduation.
That's what's amazing to me. Now, with Stelzy, I don't think his kid is going to – and I'm not going to put people's business on the street. It's a big game.
But you started to.
I don't know who's going to pitch tonight. But if your kid's not pitching and he's not going to play, then I can maybe understand Stelzy. Big O, I can't get my head wrapped around. His kid's starting in center. He's a stud. He's the leadoff hitter. And he's not going.
Somebody's got to be there. Yeah, I'm sorry, Big O.
Yeah, I think Big O is missing here.
You can't not have representation at that.
Right, totally someone's got to be there.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be both.
Did anyone ask the 8th graders how they, do they care that anybody's
sure. And that's
there?
what's so ironic about this. I know Jack would say, go watch my brother and play. Just get out of here. But it's not how it's playing out.
Was this, by the way, did you get clearance from
Big
O and Strelzy that this was going to be a topic?
As we were discussing this, I don't remember what night last weekend it was. As we were discussing, I said, you guys know this is going to be a show topic. People love, let me tell you something. People love putting their business on the street.
I just wanted to make sure they knew this was going to occur. That's all I'm asking.
I texted them this morning to make sure to tune in and get a good glimpse of what was going on.
So I would love for the Big O, who did not want this nickname, has never been called this before, but now on this show has become this person. Oscar Robertson here. I would like to know why they can't send someone to each event. That part I'm not clear on. Because that to me is the right.
Listen, man, every
compromise.
Family has a different dynamic. I totally get that.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Is their kid the sophomore on the baseball team?
No, the senior.
So that's what if it's a senior
kind of
on the
agree with
baseball
that
team,
reasoning. If it's a but you still, if it's a freshman, the kid's going to be a little nervous. You probably want to be there.
Well, let me also ask this: are they confident they're going to win the game?
I think they hope they are, but they were confident last year and it didn't work.
If they're confident they're going to win the game and this won't be the last game, then you can feel like if it's a 1-16 matchup, then you feel pretty good that they're going to play next week. You can skip that one and save it for the big one.
So did Tony
next
Bennett's family.
Yeah.
No. No, it's win or go home. You're going. Again, I'm not here to criticize other people's parenting. I just don't understand how you can't divide. And what if it was what if it was a college graduation? What if it was a high school graduation?
Yeah,
that also changes the dynamic.
It's a little different. It is college graduation. Let's say he's graduating from
Iowa.
I don't know, man.
This was a great topic. I'm sorry to.
So I think Jo is going to call in, and you can then ask him these questions to kind of see
the Big O.
Yeah, and get a glimpse of why he's making these decisions that he is. And I think I know. A lot of times when you ask, well, what is that guy doing? I think it's a lot to do with the family dynamic. If the wife wants something, that's how it's going to play.
Okay. I can tell you this. He's not my friend. I'm not going anywhere
near that. Yeah, he's my friend, so I can say that.
Yeah,
and,
you go right ahead.
You could go ahead. I'm guessing when and if he calls, that is what is going to happen.
Okay. Well, while we wait for the Big O to dial up 844-770-3776.
Thanks. That was what I was lacking. I did have the number to text him, which I should remember. I believe he is just called in, so we can.
I'm not new here. As long as it's not Scuba Chad calling, posing as Big O,
so
and then making up a story.
If Sid told you and Paula both, hey, it's an 8th grade graduation. Maddie really needs you at this gymnastics championship. You both should go. We'll have our Abdullah or a doula, whatever the things are that help with babies and kids.
I have no idea what you just said at the end of that.
It's like a nanny, a doula, I think, right?
I have one of those. I could use one of those sometimes, or at least a designated Uber driver. Look, first of all, that is very much Sid's personality. She would do that, and that would change the dynamic too. I would probably still say, Sid, come on, one of us has to be there for you. This is. I know you don't think this is a big deal, but it's still a big deal. And so I still think we would divide and conquer.
Not to poo-poo, because Max is going to be in 8th grade. Is 8th grade graduation a big deal?
I think it is. They've gone to school for 9 years. They're being you don't have to have a party.
Why don't we do a 10th grade graduation too then?
Because you're not graduating out of that school.
I get it.
Do you?
I think so. He's saying it's a vacant number, Jesse. What does that mean? Vacant number.
844-770-3776. 844-770-3776.
Here's the deal. Let's do this. I'm going to tell you about Pella, and then we're going to try. There's something wrong with the vacant number. We'll try.
Maybe he's calling Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
He should,
because you've been known to give that number.
Order him up today because he knows time is running out. By May 31st, you got to order today. Get 0% interest for up to 48 months. That's right, up to 4 years, no interest. You have until May 31st at Pella, so jump on it now. Pella's Design Works lets you virtually see what your home would look like with their new windows and patio doors before you buy. Get 0% interest financing for up to 48 months if you order by May 31st. Certain restrictions do apply. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
I have one ask for our avid listeners. Bear with us. This story is worth it to me, but I know you want to hear about Jaire Alexander and Josh Jacobs and everything that went on yesterday at Lambeau Field. We will get to that, I guarantee.
Dude, you got hives already? It's only 12 minutes into the show.
The Jaire stuff is. I think you'll find it really interesting. So
I saw it, and I will. It is interesting.
We will get.
I don't know if it's more interesting than 8th grade graduation. Though
I'm not disputing the level of interest that I and others
just see you're
may
like
have.
picking at your scabs and stuff.
I
see.
I'm not actually. I'm not. But I just want people that tuned in for that to stick with us because I think this is worth your time too. All right, J.O., the big O.
Is he going to throw his wife under the bus? That's the question I have.
I'm already getting uncomfortable.
I know.
I
think he's going to throw.
I don't like to cause.
He is not going to throw her under the bus, but I think he's going to throw her under the bus. That's my prediction.
He's going to do the Tausch. I'm not saying. And then he's going to do the windy little do-do-do-do-do-do thing. All right, well, we'll find out if we can get that vacant number to work. More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Summer's coming quick. You better celebrate it right with my friends from Door County Distillery. Locally produced, handcrafted, and award-winning spirits made locally in Door County. Talk about classic. How about that green bottle of gin, the multiple-time award-winning single malt whiskey? And when it comes to Door County, you can't leave out the cherry-flavored vodka. Find them all at a retailer near you or check out their website with a huge list of unique cocktail recipes at DoorCountyDistillery.com. That's DoorCountyDistillery.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Hi, I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. I've been here for over 4 decades now, and I can tell you here at Goodman's Jewelers, we pride ourselves on high standards, classic traditions, honesty, and integrity. We're a small independent jeweler with a great history, so you'll find us more personal than other big-name jewelers. Find Goodman's Jewelers in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
This update is sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Fans, here's your Quick Trip to the Ballpark ticket offer. Spend $200 at participating Quick Trip locations and get a free Terrace Reserve ticket to a 2024 Brewers home game. Check brewers.com/QuickTrip for more details. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The second annual ESPN Madison Open presented by Coors Light is coming soon, and you can swing into the fun. Molly Brown here. Join us on Monday, August 5th at Bishops Bay Country Club and help raise money for the Miracle League of Dane County. Purchase a whole sponsorship and you'll help provide adaptive equipment, uniforms, and a safe, inclusive environment where every child can thrive. Interested? Email ESPN Madison Sales at goodkarmabrands.com. Sponsor a hole, donate, and make dreams come true with the Miracle League of Dane County, because every child deserves the chance to play ball.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
Since 1961, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business with 3 generations calling Stoughton home for over 60 years. To continue their growth and support for their local community, Stoughton Trailers is building a new corporate headquarters right here in Stoughton. This new HQ is designed to promote the physical, mental, and business health of Stoughton Trailers and its employees. Stoughton Trailers, looking forward to the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. Stoughton Trailers, the best is yet to come.
Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN Radio. Paul Goldschmidt and the St. Louis Cardinals storm into Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia to go head-to-head with Bryce Harper and the Phillies. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far. I'll start walking.
All right, let's. I'm nervous about
what
this.
What are you nervous about? You don't even know Big O.
I don't know him, and that's part of the problem. But when we have guests, I don't care if it's Trey Wingo or Robin Younts or Paul Christ, who was at practice last week, or Kirk Ferentz, who was at practice yesterday. I'd like to get him on.
Trying to find some offensive schemes, huh? That might work.
And Tim Lester, who works here. I want to put people in the best position to succeed. I take pride in that.
The Packers hired some Iowa offensive coordinators?
No, the Packers had a guy named Tim Lester on their staff who is now the Iowa Hawkeyes offensive coordinator.
Well, that's good news for
He's
Iowa.
taking some
what on earth would we be doing hiring anything offensive other than players?
I'm looking for ways to score fewer points. Can you help us out?
Although now we're insulting the school that the Big O's kid plays
I understand.
for.
Well, we do that all the time, so that's nothing new.
So I'm just saying I don't want to set anyone up to fail. So
right,
I don't know Big O.
Okay.
My hope is that he will not do what you predicted he might do, because I don't want to cause marital discord. It sounds like they've got a great family.
They're very strong.
I'm sure they do. But questioning things publicly does throw a wrinkle into things.
This could crater for sure.
So let's welcome him. I know he called and said this is the Big O when Jesse answered.
On this show, he'll be the Big O.
Okay, we welcome to the program a man with a dilemma.
Big time dilemma
for this weekend.
Although most of us don't think it should be, but Big
we
O
welcome
does.
in the patriarch of the O family, the Big O.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't know you. You're a friend of Tausch's, so you automatically get a passing grade from me. But again, I don't want this to become, a problem. So you can state your case, but I'm confused. Tausch is judgmental. Tausch can't believe that you're making
but I was judgmental with him last weekend too.
Sure, and I'm wondering, as I often do, as I hedge, I like compromise. I'm a little confused why you're not compromising on this. So please explain your situation to the Wilde and Tausch audience.
Okay, so I missed the beginning of the show. I apologize. So I'm assuming this is about the 8th grade graduation Sunbury East baseball game.
That is correct, yes. You could listen.
Okay.
Hey, Jason, you can listen back on Wisconsin On Demand later. I know you always do, so appreciate it.
And YouTube.
Excellent.
Uh-huh.
All right, so first off, imagine, Jason, you have kids, correct? You have daughters?
Do. Yes, 2 of them.
Imagine them back as a little kid, and I imagine my Sam, first time playing catch with them, loves the game, loves football, loves baseball, and now today, 18 years later, could be the last time I ever witness him play a game that he loves in the playoffs. And to top it off, with the split of Sun Prairie East and West, I've coached kids on the other team that I know very well and their families that are great kids. That being said, I know it's important to go to an 8th grade graduation at Sacred Heart Spartans, which I coached in football all these years as well. My record's 57-7, by the way. I just want to throw that in there.
Credential guy.
And he scored more points. He scored more points in 2 games than Iowa did all year. Yep.
Wow, that's bullying, and that's not the Sacred Heart's motto. Be kind, necessary, or true before you say something, by the way, Tausch. So just keep that in mind.
Tausch never follows that.
It's got to be all 3, Jason. Just put that on your board. So it can't be 2 of the 3. So my compromise was, okay, now with Game Changer, cell phone, I go there, I get there early, 4:30, see him walk in, do the pictures, I love you, God, all that stuff. Congratulations. And then about I guess whatever the 3rd inning of an hour-and-a-half mass would be, so like the middle of the 2nd quarter, when the priest does the sitting down that takes forever, I just sneak out to the right, bam, I'm 2 blocks from Sun Prairie East High School, I'm at the game, and I catch the last 4 innings of the baseball game.
All right, wait a minute.
So I think it's a win-win.
Yeah, so you weren't listening, which part of me, we devoted like the entire show to your dilemma. So, the show starts at 9:00. Come on. Secondly,
yes, I do.
I'm on your team. The compromise is the key here. There is no reason. And Tausch claims that there may be somebody that's on the cusp of being thrown under the bus here. I don't want to be any part of that. But we are in sync. I don't know you from Adam, but we are in sync. You got to be at the game. You got to. And my argument
can happen in 3 to 4 innings, as Jason knows.
I would go even earlier.
Can happen.
Yeah. I'm bailing from the church service even earlier than that. I am.
Well, here's Jason, I am happily married. I think I'm like 21-something years. I know it's over 21.
At least at 9:28 a.m. Yep. You are.
Over under 21 years by a year or 2. But anyway, I'm happily married, but my wife thinks it should be all or nothing, and that all is the mass. That's the situation. So I'm trying to balance that.
God will forgive you. I don't know if your wife will, but God will forgive you if you leave much earlier than that.
And I had thought of some options. I was like, what if I hold back Jack, 8th grade? He repeats it. Then we don't have to worry about it.
That would be fun. I'm on board with that plan.
Will the team be better next year?
Be really good for the team, exactly.
Yeah, him and Max. Yeah,
you could battle together. That'd be great.
They would be hockey, football. Yeah,
well,
exactly.
So Jason, is part of the reason that it's so important the 8th grade is because you weren't sure it was going to happen? Is that part of this whole thing, or is it just the process?
I would. Well, with Jack, you never know. I mean, over the years, we've had numerous emails and texts, and Jack. I love him, but he can be a little bit of a spitfire now and again.
Sure.
But we were lucky for Sacred Hearts. They've been great teachers, etc. So we're still. I mean, it's coming down to opening pitch here in like 5 or 6 hours. So. Yep. It's still pins and needles at my house as we speak. So we got to figure that. But I think the final outcome is a couple innings, and then I use my, I shouldn't say this as a police officer in Madison, my police powers, and maybe go above the speed limit down to the
okay. A little police escort for yourself. Okay.
Yes, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So
let's just be honest, though, and I know you're not going to do this, but
Jenny, he'd like you to
if
anyway.
If it's just up to Big O's going to be at that game a half hour early throwing batting practice. If it's just Big O.
Big O is already there wearing a nut cup.
That's what I'm
right
talking
now,
about.
Yes. Like I'm in full uniform, eye black. You know, like you can't do seeds now because God forbid it's
spitting
turf,
seeds on turf.
No, I would have chewing tobacco, full uniform, stirrups,
painted chest like David Putty.
So, in essence, what you're doing, you're not going to throw your wife under the bus, but you're kind of throwing your wife under the bus. That's kind of what's happening.
Okay. I mean, it's for the team. I mean, it's the legacy for the rest of your life as a Sunbury
This is like
player.
Varsity Blues.
I mean,
it's one night for the rest of your life. Yep.
Yeah.
Unless you got 2 more years.
Yeah. So that's the dilemma. But there's no final decision. We're setting up for a party this weekend, so I got a tent coming. So I got
a lot on your plate, man. I got to be honest with you. I am going to go to this game. I'm going to be there at tip or first pitch. And if I don't see Big O, we're going to be reporting back. I'll be shocked if Big O's not there. Big O's going to find a way to. I think Big O's finding a way to get this done.
And then after 21 years plus or minus one, he'll head straight to the divorce attorney's office.
Well, who knows?
Can I call in a bomb scare? Is that an option?
I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's probably a little more aggressive than we want to get. Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, Big O, we are on bated breath to see how this all plays out. Thanks for
one last question, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Big O, would Mrs. O,
yes,
like later in the program, after we've actually talked Packers, which is what we try to do here on a semi-regular basis, is there any chance that we could use our powers of persuasion to help your cause with Mrs. O?
I tried that. I talked to her last week.
I love that. Yeah, but more people, because she's in like wives get crazy mode, party mode, graduation mode. It's like when they're like clean up the house and they're all crazy, and then someone knocks on the door and they're like, "Hey, nice to see you," and they act all nice, but they're not nice to you at home mode. She's like in that mode right now.
I didn't expect you to throw her under the bus like that.
Good luck to you, sir.
All right.
But
well. We shall see.
Last thing.
Yep.
Can I get in 2 things? One, I am just wondering, November 2nd, Wisconsin's at Iowa, so our Iowa offense will be on display. So be ready with our new OC.
Hopefully your punter. Hopefully you guys replace that punter properly.
Punting is winning, by the way. And then, And then secondly, I'm here planning the Sun Prairie East football golf outing on June 14th at Prairie Pines.
Will be there.
Doing right now as well.
Jason will be there.
Well, anything to support the Cardinals and Mike Hahn,
but what
if I recall, was the coach when I was covering the team.
Then what do you do?
No, he'll skip.
Well, actually, this is the best dilemma. It's a big if, because we have to win 6. The state titles June 13th in Appleton that night, the night before. But again, there's tough. We got Sun Prairie West. We got really good pitching.
Got to get a W tonight, and hopefully you'll be there to watch it.
One pitch at a time. All right, guys.
I don't feel like we resolved anything.
We did not.
We were not even remotely helpful.
So Big O is afraid of his wife, and he's going to go to church.
He's not alone.
Hopefully, probably get to the game by the 4th inning. That's his plan, and I think his plan's terrible.
His son is starting tonight.
He's a leadoff hitter too. Yeah.
But he's not pitching tonight.
He's not a pitcher, or at least he's not pitching tonight. No.
Okay. I'm going to the game to find him. I'm going to the game. We're dividing and conquering.
I'm not even blinking.
But I'm bothered by the fact that there is a compromise in place, but it's a weighted compromise, well to the advantage of the 8th grade graduation.
Exactly.
All right. Well, be that as it may, I don't feel like we were all that helpful. I know Johnson & Sons Paving is extremely helpful, though, if you've got potholes in your asphalt.
Boy, I didn't know where you were going with that. We got all kinds of conversations, but if you want to visit with me and Johnson & Sons Paving, they've invited me out to one of their job sites this summer. I'm going to be out there on that big roller, smoothing that asphalt out. You got till tomorrow. Book an appointment before May 31st. You see me out there with the great crew at Johnson & Sons Paving, over 2 decades of experience and ready for the challenges that winter has left behind, all those potholes. We're going to get it fixed. We're going to get those asphalt areas patched up or completely replaced with the team at Johnson & Sons. Just visit johnsonsonspaving.com today. You got till tomorrow. Book it up, and you could see old T out there fixing up those beaten up potholes.
Not tomorrow, not after breakfast. Enter now. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio. After surviving elimination in Game 4, the Minnesota Timberwolves face a must-win once again. Coverage begins tonight at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on SiriusXM Channel 80. Presented by Indeed.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside and no drafts, it's a game changer.
Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. That's 5/31/2024.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. Every week, Dennis Summerow and I talk all things area high school sports, and we talk to local athletes, coaches, administrators, and more. You can find full shows over on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, Pasquale's Cantina, UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, the GRB Academy, and Stoughton Health.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community, and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
And not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
It's an American League East showdown at Camden Yards. Gunnar Henderson and the Baltimore Orioles face the Tampa Bay Rays.
We in the game.
Coverage begins Saturday at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Presented by Progressive Insurance.
I'm throwing caution. What's it gonna be? Tonight the winds of change are blowing wild and free. If I don't get out.
Our third favorite member of the team every morning across ESPN Wisconsin and ESPN Radio on Unsportsmanlike.
A lot of controversy about this young man, too.
What?
Spray tanning. It sounds like his crew thinks he's a spray tan guy.
He's a hair painter. We know
well,
that.
We know he's a hair painter.
Publicly.
I'm guessing he's a spray tan guy, too. The other shows on ESPN are getting after him, and his own teammates on his own show. Saying he's enhancing. He's a tan enhancer.
Evan, good morning. Is there any truth to these reports?
I'm a tan enhancer? Wow, okay. Well, I'm going to address the reports in a second. I'd like to point out one thing. Jason Wilde, I was thinking about you last night, as a matter of fact.
You two are really starting to get closer with these appearances.
It's been a good thing. I'm
glad
really
you pushed
good.
for even though Jason fought me tooth and nail to have you on. Yeah, it's interesting that this is worked out.
Wilde and Tausch.
So did Jesse. But here's why I was thinking of you, and I will address this tan enhancement thing. I randomly, for whatever reason, watched one of the greatest scenes in television history last night on YouTube that I felt like I hadn't seen in a while, and I needed to tear it out just watching it. And that is part of the HBO show The Newsroom, when they think that Gabrielle Giffords was dead, the congresswoman out of Arizona, when she was shot tragically years ago. And it's one of the great scenes in television history. And I know Jason loves that show as well. And that show cannot be relived and rewatched enough. It's just one of the great.
Is that the one Phil Hartman was? Phil Hartman in that Newsroom?
No, that's
no.
The Newsroom.
Phil Hartman was probably dead for a decade prior to that show ever coming out.
Newsroom.
He was on the show News Radio first.
News Radio.
Yes,
Oh,
this was Olivia Munn. Aaron Rodgers had a crush on her when she was on the show, and then he started dating her, and then he has gone far afield since then. So, what prompted you to watch that?
I don't actually know. I think maybe I was scrolling through different music, and I saw Coldplay Fix You maybe come up, and that is the song that they use in the background, which is really key to that scene. Like, music is just so important on so many. Like, if you think about great TV shows, I love 90210, and there's when Brandon Walsh leads 90210 and they play REM Night Swimming, it is so vital. Like, Tausch, have we thought about the song we're going to play when we get rid of you?
I haven't thought about that yet, no, but I'm sure you
all
have.
right, I'm just curious.
I'm sure you have.
I can send you the playlist I've thought about I have for that. Okay, now let me address this. Tausch, you and I have known. You brought it up, so I'm going to address you on this. You and I have known each other a long time.
We have.
Okay.
Yep.
I have admitted to the hair dyeing and the painting and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and hopefully you got a partnership out of that. Hopefully, like Gray for Men or whatever that show's called, or whatever that.
Just for Men. Yeah, that would be good. I have admitted to many things that don't make me look good.
Yeah,
8 interceptions in one game in a high school football career, right?
Yep.
Spray tanning or tanning bed does not make me look bad. It just makes me look maybe vain or care about appearance.
Very
which I
vain.
do, and I'm very, which I'm not denying that I am.
Okay.
And I would be the first to admit if I was spray tanning or went in a tanning bed. I did not. I have never done either of the two in my life.
Sound like Bill Clinton. I have not.
Yeah, well,
I have not engaged with that tanning bed.
Well, my wife and daughter did see Bill and Hillary on Monday. That's not a joke. So anyway, I absolutely
cool.
I feel like I have Rafael Palmeiro finger wagging right now at Congress, right?
Yeah.
With the PEDs.
And he lied.
Not do
By the way,
this. Why?
he lied too. He was
What?
busted like a week later.
I know. But Tausch, why would I avoid admitting this?
You
Don't
shouldn't.
you know me well enough to know
I
if
would
I
think
didn't,
you wouldn't.
I'd walk in saying it?
Yeah,
I'm not lying about this.
Okay. Well, why do your co-hosts who see you every day and your other, Carlin and those guys, why are they all up on your business about it then?
I don't know. Maybe they just are jealous that I look good and they do not.
Wow.
Maybe
yeah. Shots fired. Dang.
I mean, Literally, Damian Woody, ESPN NFL analyst, walked in this morning and made a comment about it. Christopher Mad Dog Russo yesterday said to me, "Boy, your hair looks great," out of nowhere. So I don't know. There's a new glow about me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, none of us do. All right, I believe you. Evan, before we get into, I was listening on my way in, the Aaron Rodgers MVP candidacy that Michelle, what do you call her, Jason? Michelle Schmalman has put out. But we have, our first half hour of the show, we have a bit of a dilemma here. Let's say, so you have two kids. One of them is playing. Your one son is a hoopster, right? He's a basketball player. He is playing hoops for the right to go to the sectionals, which is like the next step before you go to state. And your daughter is graduating 8th grade. Same night, same time. What is the Cohen family doing?
Yeah, we're probably splitting it, and we probably shouldn't. Okay, so here's what I believe the right answer is. The right answer, and I am fortunate in this
senior year for this young.
I'm going to get to it. Okay. I'm going to get to it. Both of my parents are still alive, thankfully. Both of my wife's parents are still alive, thankfully. What I think the move is I send my dad with my son for the basketball, so they have that moment. And I do the right thing and go to my daughter's graduation. What probably happens is I text my wife or tell my wife, text me pictures. I'll be in the gym.
Right.
I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, it's not the right thing. And by the way,
wait a minute.
Who said it's not the right thing?
Wait a minute. Why is it not the right thing?
I'm not even blinking. I'm going to the game. I'm not thinking. Okay. I'm saying, Sarah, send me pictures of the.
I'm going to tell you why it's probably not the right thing.
Okay.
And I would do the same thing if it was reversed, by the way.
Right.
So I don't even want to make it gender specific. My daughter is really into softball right now, right? So if it was vice versa, my son graduating and my daughter playing softball or whatever, I'd go there. Because the reality is my son's not playing in the NBA. My daughter's not playing pro softball. The education is important.
Not with that attitude, they're not.
Okay, well, not everybody's
No, why are you poo-pooing it? Don't tell your kids they can't make it in the pros.
I'm poo-pooing it.
Well, you kind of just did.
I'm not telling him that. I'm telling you guys.
Well, they're avid listeners to the show. Your son is a big podcast.
They listen on Spotify.
If my kid is going to Wisconsin on Demand while in 5th grade, we got problems.
Actually,
okay?
Kudos to him. He wants to be like that.
Appreciate his loyalty to the show.
I did have somebody talk to him the other day. Another little name drop here. So I brought my son in to see Udonis Haslem the other day, my teammate. And I had Udonis give him a whole speech about work ethic and everything. But wait, Jason, you are not a snap reactor. You just snap reacted to something when I said it's probably the wrong thing to go to the athletic event versus the educational event. Why did you go there?
Because I think they both need a parent, at least one parent there for each of their events. And so while it's first of all, I'm envious that you have your parents and your wife has her parents and they're in the mix, because that's great, because there is nothing better than having that many grandparents in the mix for your kids, and I'm envious of that. But look, just because, and I was trying to explain this to Tausch's friend, like, I'm not saying that 8th grade graduation isn't meaningful. It is. We have someone who will be having their own 8th grade graduation in our house. And if Sydney was playing while Maddie is graduating in a high-level soccer tournament, one of us would go to each. It's just when you have more than one kid, Jesse's parents never had to make this decision, but sometimes there are conflicts, and both of them deserve your support in whatever it is, whether it's a graduation or a sporting event or a musical or a band concert, whatever it is. One parent should be there for each kid. That's my philosophy. And so I don't think you'd be wrong to go. That's
so your snap judgment was actually my self-assessment that it was wrong. You're saying it's actually right.
Oh yeah, no. I was saying, why do you think it's wrong? Because I don't think you're wrong.
Right. No, that's fair. That's fair. So now, knowing Tausch the way I do, my guesstimation is, Tausch, you've altered the argument in a fascinating way to what if it's college or high school graduation versus
we kind of
did. Actually, I did that, oddly enough.
Yeah, but the question.
Good job, Jason.
Thank you very much.
does it matter if it's his senior year and it could be the last time he laces him up? And because this is the case with Big O, it's a senior year. If they lose tonight, it's over. His high school sporting career is donezo.
Well, and that stays, let me speak for myself. That stays with me, or stayed with me forever. Like, there's not a day that goes by, still to this day, that I don't think about my time playing high school football. As crazy and sad as that sounds, is because, like, I've lived a very fortunate life, a lot of it that I have earned in terms of opportunities, but, like, my most glaring failure in my mind is that I was terrible at high school football, something that I cared about. Our team didn't win, and I didn't help us. And that still eats at me to this day. So the last ever game was I have way more memories of football than I do graduation. Because graduation, like the day is almost like a wedding, right? Like, so many people focus on wedding day versus the marriage. The graduation is more of the culmination of, like, when I graduated UW-Madison, like, I don't think about that moment as much as I think about the 4 years at UW-Madison, right? Like, so but the last game you play and the last time you're out there in uniform, regardless of the sport, at the level, whatever it may be, is so significant. Do you remember vividly the last game you played for the Packers?
Yeah. No, I do. I think you always remember. First off, I mean, and this is the part where it's a little unfair because sports is such a big part of my life that I'm skewed that way. So that I want to keep that in mind as we're having these discussions. But I just know, and Big O basically came on and threw his wife under the bus and said that that's why he's going to church and to the graduation instead, at least for the first three.
But Tausch, when you say just for argument's sake, when you say sports is such a big part of your life, obviously, right? I get that. But, like, so if I gave you the choice for both kids, right? Yep. I'm telling you, the two of them could either have full scholarships to UW-Madison for sports, or they both get accepted early to Harvard. No sports. Which one are you taking?
Wisconsin. I don't want my kids going to the Ivy League. That's just my own opinion. That's for a lot of other. You don't want to go. Trust me, you don't want to go down that road. All right. So I was listening before we let you go, your A-Rod stuff. But first off, will you guys stop besmirching John Elway? Canty is sitting there talking about Rodgers as like a top 15 quarterback, and he's lumping Marino, and John Elway needs to be in your top 5. Like, what are you guys even thinking? John Elway not ahead of Peyton Manning? John Elway, he put John Elway with Dan Marino and Brett Favre, and I don't think he put Tony Romo, but it was a total It was a total besmirchment.
His top 5. Hold on. Let me just clarify.
Yeah.
His top 5. He had Brady, Mahomes, Craig Nall, and Don McCown.
Craig Nall, yeah. Hey, made a great sausage bread. Craig Nall, king of the sausage bread.
Wait, what? Sausage bread?
Yeah, sausage bread. It was sausage baked in like this cheese bread. It was unbelievable. He brought it on the plane all the time. John Elway,
wait a minute. Who cares about quarterbacks? You just brought up sausage bread.
Yeah.
You know I love the bread at Tornado. I ate a loaf of it when we went out to dinner.
Because you don't eat meat.
The Craig Nall sausage bread or the Tornado dill bread that they have?
Craig Nall sausage bread. Trumps.
What about the cheesy bread that they have at the farmers market?
Craig Nall sausage bread. These are TKOs.
Oh my God!
These are TKOs. You know what? I'll see if Nolly will send us some sausage bread.
Nolly, of course.
Are
you saying of all Packers quarterbacks, the most impressive thing that a Packers quarterback has ever done off the field is the Craig Nall sausage bread? Is that what you're saying?
Let me tell you something. It's in the running. I mean, I'll have to think more about any of the other stuff, but I think for me, now going down and playing the Masters or Augusta because of Aaron Rodgers is still better than sausage bread, but
Rodgers golf or horse racing type trips better than Nall sausage bread?
Yes. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Especially the time when you were playing poorly and Rodgers was dirty looking.
That was a different spot. The sausage bread is top 3 though. But just for the record.
Do you have it with the sandwich?
It is its own sandwich. It's its own sandwich. It's like a bread stuffed with sausage.
Do you put nothing on it?
You don't put anything on it. It's baked. You got it in a little tin foil. No, it's perfect the way it was. It's, I think, a Louisiana thing.
What kind of like bread is it? Is it like a wheat bread, a white bread?
It wasn't a focaccia. I don't remember exactly what kind of bread it was, but it was crisped, but it wasn't burnt. And then the sausage was piping hot.
This is such a major revelation. Tausch. This is a major revelation.
How
today.
so?
I don't know. I never even heard of sausage bread.
Yeah, nobody
Forget
really
that
has.
He's mastered this.
Like a sourdough?
I look at it as kind of a thicker calzone. It's not. It doesn't have the air
Calzone
in it as a calzone. Yeah.
Calzone? Why did you pronounce it that way? That's not how it's
Because he went to Italy.
Some of us are a little more well traveled, Evan. We go places and we learn the actual language. All right, can you?
Is that what that was?
Before, no, it's nothing about being rich. It's about having rich experiences.
It's kind of.
No, it's not. Listen, you want to start getting. I'm not in a gated community with 16 pools and everything else, and having a butler and everything else that you have. A tanning bed in your basement. That. What
Oh God!
So before we go, can you just, when you start having these conversations, put John Elway in above Peyton Manning? Like, come on, John Elway's career is better than Peyton Manning's when it comes to team success.
I agree with you. Elway's career. By the way, if Elway had his on-field career in the modern era, it would be one of the most fascinating studies because
he's Josh
would have
Allen.
been annihilated.
He's Josh Allen without the Super Bowls.
He would have been annihilated at first.
For
because
sure.
of all of the Super Bowl losses,
Yep.
and then the coaching change with Dan Reeves to Mike Shanahan, and then ultimately winning, but was it a run-first team because Terrell Davis is there? I mean, it would be, in the modern era, one of the most interesting careers to dissect. I agree with you. By the way, Smalls very much believes that Rodgers is going to win MVP.
How much money is she going to put on that? I don't know if I buy that she really believes it because she hedged, she wildied the entire way, and you kept forcing her to say that he's going to be the MVP, and she kept hedging back.
No, she hasn't hedged. I just wanted her to reiterate it.
No, she hedged.
There was no hedge.
Maybe. Anytime you throw maybe in there, it's a hedge.
Well, I have one thing for you guys, if I may. So I have come up with a new term, a weather shamer.
Okay.
Canty has been in South Carolina while we were in New York, and New York had terrible weather this morning, and he likes to bring up the fact that there's great weather where he is. I believe there are weather shamers. Like, I believe if you live in Wisconsin, as obviously the majority of the audience does, and you have friends, let's say, in Florida or California, whatever, during the wintertime in Wisconsin, I think those people probably weather shame you. Like, it's beautiful out. I mean, Chewy in some regards weather shames, right?
Agreed.
Chewy talks about Jen Gates
Totally
Chewy,
does.
how nice it is. He's a weather shamer. I think Chewy's a weather shamer now that I think about it. Is it a thing? Canty said there's no such thing. I believe there is.
So you had a unique, and I know you're in a different phase of a different era in your career, but you were splitting your time between Florida and New York for a long period, right?
Oh, two gated communities he lived in.
16 pools times 2 and 2 butlers. Were you weather shaming yourself when you were in Florida toward your New York friends when it was beautiful there and it may have been crappy in New York?
Excellent question. A little assumption thinking I have friends, but excellent question. No, because I did it solely, as you know, Jason, for work-related reasons, right? So, like, it could be freezing in New York, and if that's where the work was, that's where I would go.
Yep.
So, no, I wasn't much of a weather shamer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
You're a weather shamer, Tausch. You're a weather
I'm not even
shamer,
close to being. I like bad weather. I want to be in cold. I was
like
bummed that
bad
this year.
Weather?
I was bummed that we didn't get as much snow this year. It was way too warm. I said all winter how sucky this winter was because it was sloppy springish. So, no, I'm not shaming anybody's weather.
You guys have a fascinating relationship.
Matter of fact, I hate mugginess. Like, I'll shame Phoenix summers because they're miserable. And I've said before, Wisconsin weather's better than Phoenix overall. I'm not shaming. I just said it sucks. Nothing shameful about it.
I'm not shaming. I just said it
no
sucks.
Shame. I'm not shaming anybody. It just sucks.
There
is no place, and this is not to be like whatever, but from May to October, there's no place better in the U.S. to live than in Wisconsin. I'm telling you that right now.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Well, thank you for your time.
Milwauke's great.
I heard it's the Vegas
of.
I heard it's the Las Vegas of the Midwest, is what you said, right?
Well, Madison, spring and summer specifically. By the
lake.
No,
not spring. Spring sucks. Fall and summer.
Summer
and fall.
By the lake, student union.
Summer and fall.
Nothing
foliage.
Better. Oh, I'd get a turkey sandwich and I'd sit there by myself.
You should get some sausage
Craig
bread.
Nall
Get some sausage bread with a little foliage. That's a hell of a day right there.
I will not be able to stop thinking about Craig Nall sausage bread all day and trying to understand what that is. Please have him on just to give the recipes and explain the sausage bread.
Well, we can definitely do that.
We'll get on that.
Jesse's not doing anything the rest of the day. Let him work on that.
Or tomorrow. I think he's had his 3-day week. He's going to call it a day tomorrow, too. So, yeah, we'll have Jesse work on the sausage bread.
Thanks, Evan.
All right, guys. See ya.
I ain't going to lie to you. Jesse said, hey, he's got a hard out at 10. I said, well, he's going to be way done by then. Nope. No, sir. Oh, no, sir.
So, are you as surprised as I am that sausage bread overtook that whole conversation?
Yeah, I thought that was like a throwaway line, and that's not how Evan's mind works.
Upset.
You throw that out there, and he couldn't get over it.
All right. Well, we appreciate Evan.
And I don't even know how the hell did Craig Nall get in the conversation.
He mentioned Craig Nall and Don Majkowski in his top 5 all-time quarterbacks after he said Brady and Manning.
Can we agree that John Elway is still a tier ahead of Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre?
Not only that, but if he was playing in today's game, he wouldn't have gotten the crap beat out of him as much as he was when he was playing in that era.
He is Josh Allen,
but better.
Yeah, well, more accomplished. Josh Allen's probably a little more fluid of an athlete. John Elway, he is the modern-day John Elway. I don't think he's going to get to 5 Super Bowls and win 2, but those two have a very similar skill set.
All right. Well, it's as if we'd had Brian Bulaga on the show today because we've completely lost control of the timing of our program. So let me remind you that when you're not listening to Wilde and Tausch like Evan Cohen's kids do apparently in school, you can check out Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks dives deep into Bucks in 6, a culture unknowingly created by former Bucks star Brandon Jennings. If you listen in, you get to take a look inside Brandon Jennings' life story, the origin of Bucks in 6, how it became a rallying cry, and what it truly means to Jennings and Bucks fans alike. Behind the Bucks is on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. Pretty simple. You just pick more or less on 2 or more players' stats for a shot to win up to 100x on your cash. And testing my skills on Prize Picks this playoff basketball season, it's the most simple way to get in on the action. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and submit your lineup. Made my first $10 deposit and received an instant $10 bonus. If you have the skills, you can play for a shot at turning your $10 into $1,000. This playoff season, the star players mean more on Prize Picks. Keep an eye out for starred players on the board, and you could receive a 10% payout boost if they're in your winning lineup. Download the app today and use that code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code WI on Prize Picks for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. Rosanna Jarrow has been hired as an assistant coach on the Wisconsin women's basketball team, as announced by head coach Marissa Mosley on Tuesday, rounding out her staff of assistant coaches. Jarrow comes to Madison with over 20 years of experience on the collegiate circuit, most recently spending 6 years at Cleveland State as an assistant coach. That tenure includes a 2024 Horizon League regular season title and a 2023 tournament title. Before her coaching career, Jarrow played college basketball at Arizona State, earning Pac-10 All-Star honors and contributing to an NCAA tournament berth.
Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company is a Madison original, brewing award-winning craft beers for nearly 30 years. Whether you're a fan of Pilsners, IPAs, Stouts, or Sours, the Danes team of brewers always have something new on tap. Or if you're in the mood for a classic, enjoy the German Pilsner or Crop Circle Wheat. For a full tap list, head to one of their locations in Fitchburg, Hilldale, downtown, or East Madison, or visit GreatDanePub.com. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This update is sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Fans, here's your quick trip to the ballpark ticket offer. Spend $200 at participating Quick Trip locations and get a free Terrace Reserve ticket to a 2024 Brewers home game. Check brewers.com/quicktrip for more details. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2024 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with national customer credit. Offer expires June 3rd, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out their website to see their current electric vehicle inventory and their monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins at Zimbrick Audi Madison, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
This ain't a good time, but when is it ever? I know the perfect time, and maybe that's never. So don't you dare leave me now. Throw my heart on the ground. 'Cause tonight.
Thanks to Evan Cohen. You can hear him every weekday on Unsportsmanlike, along with Mishmel Schmalman. Smalls, as apparently they call her, and Chris Canty. I would like to get to Jaire Alexander. So, could we put a bow on Big O and his dilemma?
Yes. Yep.
Do we have a text message or two, Jesse, that you thought hit on our dilemma and what we expect to occur tonight?
A lot of people have been weighing in on the Big O's 8th grade graduation regional baseball title game dilemma. You mentioned that he's afraid of his wife was one of the big takeaways from
that's
the conversation.
my perspective,
Justin in Middleton. To be fair, Chewy, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, weekday morning, 7 to 9 a.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, is very afraid of his wife. They talk about it on their show all the time, so it's okay that Big O is scared of his wife.
I'm not saying he shouldn't. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, no problem with that. I think that's fair.
Yeah, and I'm afraid of Tausch's wife. So, look, I get it. But the bottom line is that your senior could be playing his last baseball game. So, as I said to Evan, I don't think it's wrong to divide and conquer. It doesn't mean you love your 8th grade graduate, Jack, is it? Any less?
Kind of, maybe a little bit.
I don't know. Come on.
Maybe a little
bit. Come on. Don't do that. What if Jack's listening on Spotify?
Let me tell you something. Jack's tell him go to the game. Promise you.
Jeff and Monroe, how about talking to the Padre about delaying the Mass until after the big game? God is always there.
God is always there. That's true. Yeah. Well, all I know is that Tausch does not have an 8th grade graduation to go to, so he will be going to the game. And then afterward, I'm sure he and
now,
the big...
in fairness, Eleanor has the ESPN 100.5 softball squad off to a great start under the stewardship of Sarah Tauscher. Great start. They play at 6. I'm going to have to leave early because I'm not missing Eleanor's game.
No.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm leaving early.
Well, you don't have a child at this
exactly.
other game.
There's nobody left to watch this game tonight.
Well, hopefully an hour and a half. The game should be kind of. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes.
Jesse, why don't we just help everyone out? You're taking tomorrow off now anyway. Why don't you just get things set up and
Get over there and
get a
stream
camera
the
over
game.
there and stream the game?
I would love to,
Well,
but
then just do it.
We do have Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach Kelly Sheffield is stopping by the studio
Yeah.
to join Rutledge and Hamilton this
What does that
afternoon.
have to do with you?
I got to say hi to Coach. We're the new home of Badgers volleyball.
No,
you
you
don't.
don't.
Say hi
You're
to
not even
Coach
the
and then
voice
say
of Badgers
Adeuce's
volleyball.
coach.
It doesn't matter. I'm not the voice. I got to say hi to Coach. He's
He's
depending
in
on
studio.
me.
There's cameras everywhere. You can take the video camera out to Sun Prairie and do the game.
You think Kelly Sheffield gives a hoot about whether Jesse Nelson is in studio when he's on Rutledge and Hamilton's sports comedy show?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, I do.
Jesse does think so, yes. I think at some point, whether it's after Illinois' game or after the Cardinals beat the Wolves, you'll be having a Coors Light.
Coors Light brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it's made to chill in those mountains on Coors Light's cold activated bottles and cans. Make sure they're blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection. That's why it is Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
We'll get to Jaire Alexander and the Packers' second open to reporters OTA practice next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Another Packers OTA practice in the books, open to the media yesterday, which means it was another opportunity to hear from some familiar players, including Jaire Alexander speaking for the first time this offseason since new defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley was hired. How does he feel about the new DC?
I like Jeff. He's been great since day one. Preaches aggression, getting after everything. So, he's a cool guy.
More reactions to what Jaire Alexander and head coach Matt LaFleur had to say yesterday in Q&A sessions with Jason Wilde coming up in the 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch right here, 100.5 ESPN. For more from Packers OTA practice, Rob Domofsky has it covered over at ESPNWisconsin.com. Baseball, the Brewers' big winners last night, 10-6 over the rival Chicago Cubs. It was the Blake Perkins game. 3 great catches in the outfield, drove in a few runs en route to the victory. The final game of the 4-game set against Craig Counsell and the Cubs is this afternoon, 12:10, first pitch at American Family Field.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Wilde and Tausch begins now, and it begins with Jaire Alexander. Now, Tausch, before we get to my exchange with him, I don't want to make it sound like he's completely different and just this humble, soft-spoken.
We don't want him humble. We don't want him soft-spoken.
Right.
It's not who he is.
And so I was not there when he began his Q&A session. I was actually talking to Josh Jacobs, so I got there a moment or two late. But It actually worked out well because I was able to then ask some questions at the end, which you'll hear. But he did walk up to the table where everyone was surrounding him waiting and said, the best corner in the NFL has entered the chat. So
That's
he still...
what Ja said. Okay.
That was what he said.
I like that.
Yeah. So I don't want to make it sound like he has suddenly become sheepish because he was so contrite about how last season went. But we'll play the exchange that I had with him at the end of our Q&A session coming up next. Tausch, I do want to ask you, though, like, I have been fooled before. I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of authenticity and character and who the bad apples are and who the good guys are without knowing them all 24/7, 365, because I'm not around them that much. But I've been duped. I thought Andre Rison was a changed man in 1996. I fell for the Martellus Bennett shtick. So I'm not batting 1,000. But I thought Jaire seemed really authentically happier, and I thought he outlined a variety of reasons as to why. So while I am skeptical by nature because I'm a reporter, I would ask you, are you a believer or a skeptic that in the end, Jaire will be better for everything that happened last year?
I don't know about that, but what I think the change of defensive coordinator, I think obviously was big. And also I think the fact that he has someone like X in the backfield where, he's a captain, has been a really good player, Alabama, all of the stuff that we've discussed with when Green Bay signed him. I think all of those things can also shift, both in professionalism and just approach and everything else. But Jaire Alexander, I think, was eye-opening when he got suspended. And I said last year when it happened, it needed to happen. And Jaire was going to control the rest of Jaire's career. That was going to be kind of a line of demarcation, which way he was going to go. And the fact that he, so far, played well in the playoffs, kind of had that right attitude, I think that injured shoulder, that beautiful afternoon against, I believe now after I've been corrected 5 times, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Najee Harris, yes, sir.
He changed. And it's easy to say, well, you can't let that. It changed how he approached the game. And I think he, wasn't the same aggressive. Now enough time has passed. I think this system is going to suit him really well. He did not like the approach of Joe Barry. That was very abundantly clear to me, the way he commented after the Vikings game, that opener, when Justin Jefferson went crazy in the first half. I'm optimistic that he is going to regain that swagger. He's had the swagger, but it hadn't showed up on the field.
Right.
That's what needs to happen. And I think with all of the things, the new pieces that Hafley has, the new system that he's going to be running, I am incredibly optimistic. I am not going to crown any Depoy talk like I did 4 or 5 years ago, 3 or 4, however long. It seems like it's been forever. But I still believe in his talent. I love the approach that he had. And I hope that when it gets to be Halloween, I can have this conversation and say, man, this cat needs to be in the Depoy talk, because if this defense is going to go next level, you're hearing great things about Stokes, you need all the pieces to fit together. And Jaire needs to be one of the central corner pieces to any opportunity for this defense to take that next jump under Jeff Hafley. Jaire needs to be one of the leaders of that group.
So we'll play that coming up next, because your diagnosis, I think, is spot on, with the addition of one other factor. And I think you'll hear that in one of his answers. So we'll play that coming up next. Again, I don't know. It's easy to talk big now. It's easy to say the right things now. But I think you will hear in his voice there is a greater authenticity than just, I'm just saying this because this is what I'm supposed to say. Again, I'll let you be the judge. We'll play that coming up next. Again, the other part of this is, Like, he didn't talk last week. I wasn't sure if he was going to talk yesterday. But once he did, and once he started, like, really kind of, I would say, opening up, I was impressed. And I have to admit, I went in with a less than optimistic expectation of how this was going to go. So we'll talk about that coming up. Want to remind you, Grubeloff says one call, that's all. David and his team have been doing this for 35 years, and they are there for you if you ever need them. Hopefully you never do. But if you do, one call, that's all. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666, or go to the website, gruber-law.com, to find out more about the firm, its history, their lawyers, and everything they do in the community. Grubeloff says one call, that's all. We'll get to Jaire Alexander next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
I knew that we were going to be getting engaged soon and needed to do some ring shopping. Heard the radio ads of Chalmers and decided, hey, we should give it a shot at Chalmers.
They were just awesome at accepting us through the door and understanding what she wanted in terms of how she wanted it, and they delivered.
Everybody always is telling me how sparkly my ring is. They tell me that they really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside and no drafts, it's a game changer.
Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. That's 5/31/2024. To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. Every week, Dennis Summerow and I talk all things area high school sports, and we talk to local athletes, coaches, administrators, and more. You can find full shows over on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, Pasquale's Cantina, UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, the GRB Academy, and Stoughton Health.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
An unsuspecting driver at a gas station in Wisconsin.
Welcome, Pump 15. How you doing?
Great.
Were you wearing your seatbelt today?
I never wear my seatbelt.
We're going to get him. We're going to get him real good.
Oh, my goodness.
Hello, sir. How you doing? Dollar Driver. It takes 1 second to strap a seatbelt on. Well, let's do this. Let's do it together. Now, don't that feel better?
Donald Driver can't always be there to remind you.
Click it or ticket.
And let's reduce fatalities on Wisconsin roadways.
And I should have recognized your voice when you're harassing.
I'm watching you.
Sponsored by Wisconsin DOT.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday, and we will let you know where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes. To celebrate our love for dive bars, me and Matt are going to tell you about some of our favorites, featuring one extra special dive bar that will have $2 High Lifes on special for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin, like Remington's Tavern, Ideal Bar, The Village Green, and Rips Bar in Wanakee.
Watch every ESPN Madison show live every day. Subscribe to ESPN Madison on YouTube for live video of every show and exclusive content. Just search ESPN Madison.
All right, Tausch, you be the judge. I mean, you'll probably judge the questions too. But I think it's important to note that this could have gone the other way. And that's what I bring up to Jaire in these questions. Like Josh Norman, Jalen Ramsey. Like, history is full of Mike McKenzie, your former teammate. History is full of corners with big egos who forced their way out of town and ended up on other teams. And that could have been the end game here. In fact, there was a time where I thought it was going to be the end game. He said a farewell on Instagram and everything else. Like,
you think if Joe Barry's still the D coordinator
yes,
of the end game?
I do.
I kind of think you might be right.
I do. And so here is...
So is Jaire Alexander a coach killer?
I think I don't...
Magic Johnson's done it. LeBron's done it 50 times.
Yeah, let me just say this. Jaire Alexander, not the only one who is not happy with the direction of the defense. Some people went to other teams. Others are still there and very happy to see the change. So it was not all Ja.
Devondre Yamble?
I'm not familiar with him. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's tough. I have a hard time
Cambridge.
Cambia.
And there's a variety of people that didn't listen to the day that you were explaining how double L's are the yogging sound.
Yamas.
I thought it was Jama.
Could be
both.
No,
it's a ya. It was yogging. Like yogging. All right, can we please let's play
Jaire Alexander. Ja.
Here we go.
Hey, John, you said we all grow at different rates, and we all want to keep growing, right, no matter what. How much do you think you grew because of the trials and tribulations of last season, and in what ways do you think you grew?
I think the biggest thing is just understanding that, although I am on an island all the time and all day, it's the culmination of everybody being around and the culmination of the chemistry that we're building now that's going to matter later on in the season, and you'll see it.
Do you think the way things have changed with staff and scheme and all the things that are different now also help play into that in terms of your happiness and your feeling more connected?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, when I met the strength staff first, and they were great. Like, they were, there was a mutual respect, and I was willing to work with them, and then I met the coaches next, and same there. So, I mean, it was all good vibes from the get-go. I mean, that propelled me here as well, talking with Matt, talking with Goody. I've seen them, several times throughout this offseason before I even came back to OTA. So just having that relationship and building that, it's been helpful.
Jai, you've been in the league enough to know that when something happens like last year, there have certainly been guys on other teams that said, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Why was it important for you to take that and utilize it the way you apparently have to make it work here instead of saying, I'm just going to go get a fresh start somewhere else and force my way out of here? Was that, am I crazy to think that?
No.
There's plenty of players that have done it, right?
I mean, amass anything that happens, within the building. I really do love playing here. It's actually a historical place, and it's fun to play here. So I mean, that's why where would I go? Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. But yeah, I enjoy it here. Trust me.
So he has not completely changed, and I thought that part at the very end, well, where would I go? Wait, I'm not going to answer that, was really good. So we still see glimpses of him, but Tausch, he acknowledged at the end there, could have gone somewhere else, could have forced his way out, and he's made it work, and I do agree with you. Xavier McKinney, new defensive staff, new defensive scheme, increased communication with the general manager and the head coach. And the other one that he said at the beginning was the change in the strength and conditioning staff. And I am a big fan of the previous staff, but they were not working with me. But I like those guys, and I thought they were scapegoated. That he said that, I thought was a little bit unexpected for me, that was another part of the equation for him.
Yeah, listen, man, I think that part, it is what it is. Every player has different relationships with different people. And I'm sure that the old strength and conditioning staff could tell you 1,000 stories about how big of a you-know-what Ja was.
Yep.
And I'm not so sure. Again, this is all great. This is the time of the year that if you're not happy now, you're never going to be happy.
Amen to that.
You don't have all the pressure and of performing and all of that stuff that is going to come and being injured and everything else. So Ja has every right to say that and how it is, but I think the fresh approach and the fact that Brian Gutekunst came out and said early in the deal he ain't going anywhere. I think putting that, if he had left that window open like he did with other guys, as Jaire is excited about it. The Hafley hire was huge for changing the mindset because a new defensive coordinator and new staff on the defensive side of the ball can change the outlook for a lot of guys. I think Kenny Clark is going to be excited. We talked yesterday about Devontae Wyatt and all that because of the scheme change. But this is all coming from Ja. And I thought your questions were really good. And I really think the idea of how he approached after that post-captaincy debacle that happened and how he handled himself after getting suspended, because there had been plenty of guys that would have said, well, blank these guys. We don't know, we're not at that point, we're in a playoff team, don't know how it's all going to shake itself out. And Ja, I think a lot of times it takes something like that to get brought back down to where you need to be. I think Ja had been living on, I'm a potential decoy. I'm one of the best. I'm one of the highest paid. And he kind of lost track of what was really important, which is going on performing. And some of that has to do with injury. If you just think back, I think there was a lot of frustration in the building in the fact that he wasn't playing. That
no
he
doubt.
Could have been playing, and it was a shoulder, whatever it might have been. So it's really good to just get a clean slate, let it start over. And I also give Goody and LaFleur credit, understanding that they've paid him and he's a talent, so that makes making these decisions easier to give him another chance. Plenty of coaches after that whole I'm going out and going to be a captain guy would have said, this guy, we can't work with this guy.
Right? You're right.
They didn't do that. So both sides deserve credit. But again, I am not on the, wow, this is a new, changed Jaire. Ronald Reagan said it best. Trust but verify. Right now, you could trust all you want. The verification comes when he goes and shuts down A.J. Brown in Philly, and when he shuts down whoever, Pittman in Indy. And that's the verification, and how he goes about approaching it is where I'm going to start saying, yeah, I need you to prove it. I'm not interested in words. You've done this before. Go out and prove it, because you've had a couple of seasons here that have not lived up to par of what the expectations were for you as the highest paid corner in the league.
And I 1,000% agree. The story that I wrote for the State Journal and Madison.com, there's all kinds of hedging in there. Like, it's easy now with six
hedging
weeks into
by you,
especially by me. Yeah, written by me.
Why is anybody shocked by that?
Nobody, but I think you do have
Trey
to.
Wingo, you don't even read your stuff, isn't shocked.
And he's also a hedgy guy himself. But my point is that what you just said is true. It's easy to say all the right things now and be happy and love the coaching staff and love the strength and conditioning staff and love Xavier McKinney. But let's see what happens when the season starts. I totally agree with you. But you would agree that this is encouraging.
For sure.
Which is really all my point is that the proof will be in the pudding. Trust but verify.
No complacency. I don't sense any complacency coming from Ja.
You're such a jerk.
No, and you said it. It could have went either way. He has chosen the right path as far as Packer fans go, but that doesn't mean he's not going to veer off again.
Right. Totally true.
So,
but
again,
this is encouraging for where we are. The facts, the information that we have today on May 30th, 2024, are encouraging.
Here's
that
the
this
deal.
Is good with
I
him.
can bring this all back around, and it's a
a
darn
big O.
shame that I don't have another Johnson & Sons paving until later in the show. There's going to be potholes. There's going to be stuff that happens on this road, and I'm going to be curious when it's smooth paving. Nobody has any issues. How are you going to handle when you hit a pothole and maybe your alignment gets thrown off? Are you going to flip out? Are you going to go out and do your own thing? Or are you going to stick with what's going on and be a teammate? I don't know.
Yeah.
Right now, I would say it's a 50-50 coin toss. Just because you're saying all the right things doesn't mean I'm going to buy it. And I'm guessing everybody over there is, with bated breath, cautiously optimistic. But I don't think anybody here is thinking this thing's a rap sheet.
Nope.
By
I
any
agree.
stretch.
I agree. You're supposed to tell us about the AmFam Championship, although you could have easily audibled.
Yeah, I could have, and I'll audible later,
Sons.
but I'm excited because it's coming up. What is that? Is that next week already?
A week from tomorrow.
It's a week from
tomorrow that we'll be there. Yeah.
Wow.
Not after breakfast, not today.
And that is one of our favorite weekends of the year. Watch PGA Tour champions, including tournament host and defending champion Steve Stricker at the American Family Insurance Championship when it returns to University Ridge next week, Friday, June 7th through Sunday, June. I don't know where May went. But it's coming, the June 7th through June 9th U Ridge. Tournament week includes an exciting concert featuring three-time Grammy Award-winning Train on Friday, June 7th at Bree Stevens Field. Proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and the AmFam Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com. That's amfamchampionship.com.
Didn't you spend most of May either in
I was in Peru
Italy
for a little bit,
or in Machu Picchu?
Not Italy. That was March. I think May went much faster than March, though. I do. And I was gone a lot longer in Italy than I was in Peru.
That's true.
I was just perusing around. Lima, you know what I mean? Perusing.
Leave me alone.
That word needs to get into more vernaculars. Perusing. That's a fun word.
We'll hear more from the Packers locker room as I perused my way around the locker room. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here, encouraging you to save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar. Whether it's for an upcoming summer vacation, college tuition, in advance of a life-changing purchase, or just because you're financially responsible, everybody is always looking to save money. Well, you can save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch with Everlight Solar. Our family made the switch to solar after looking around for quite some time. At first, we just weren't quite sure where to even start. That's when we met the great team over at Everlight Solar. From the very first conversation, they educated us on the benefits of solar while also helping keep the process simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
I don't believe in these days that, I have to be nicer to you because it's Mother's Day or Father's Day or Valentine's Day. I just don't believe in that. I think that's really dumb. You have the relationship with the person that you have, and you're going to treat that person the way you're going to treat them regardless of the day. And I think these days are stupid, all across the board, every one of them.
Unsportsmanlike, weekdays from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
Wisconsin enjoys a rich history in broadcasting, which we celebrate at the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame. We honor those who have devoted their careers to serving their local communities as legendary broadcasters. The Wisconsin Broadcasters Hall of Fame, inside the Hilton Milwaukee City Center.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Ever since the beginning in 1961, Stoughton Trailers has played a part in helping their local communities of Stoughton, Evansville, and Broadhead hit a home run off the field. At Stoughton Trailers, it's not just about the products, but how their team can make a difference in their communities. Proudly supporting local blood drives, United Way, participating in Sit and Demai in Stoughton, and sponsoring our local youth and high school sports. Stoughton Trailers, looking forward to the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. Stoughton Trailers, the best is yet to come.
This is Madison's new home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
National semifinalist for the 6th time.
We're on Wisconsin Sports, 100.5 ESPN.
I say go, baby, go, go, go. Oh, I say go till you can't go. No more, no more. I say go, baby, go, go, go. I've been to a place where the drifters go.
Continuing the conversations that I was in while I was perusing the Packers locker room yesterday. Didn't get Andre Dillard, which he was not top of mind necessarily. I did think,
who is that?
Yeah, he's
the right tackle right now.
And as our conversation with Blue, Brian Balaga, has established, the idea that a torn pec for an offensive lineman, 8 to 12 weeks, it's going to be fine. They have to have a plan. And I don't think it was a coincidence that they signed Andre Dillard, what it turned out to be a few days after Zach Tom tore his pec. He may be your opening day starter.
Wow, Dilly.
Well, we'll see. But anyway, no one was all that interested in my Andre Dillard story. I had much more important things to get to.
Don't you think if that is the case, the young fella's going to get thrown into the fire?
Andre Dillard's a former first-round pick, too.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
Yeah, well, as you know, they have to prove they don't belong, not prove that they do. But Eric Stokes talked in the locker room as I perused around. I had asked a question of Matt LaFleur about him. We'll hopefully get to today or tomorrow. Really interesting hearing where they think he might be at. But again, hope springs eternal during the offseason program. But another conversation I was part of was with Jayden Reed. Now, I don't want to put Rob Domofsky's business on the street, but since he's decided he's not going to join us every week during the offseason, I'm going to do it. He's got a story coming that he's working on, and he clearly has talked to some people around the league who said some very, very, very positive things about Jayden Reed, that he can be like a 100-catch guy. Now, I don't know when you've got all these different wide receivers and tight ends if anybody will be a 100-catch guy in this offense, but I think that's the premise of Rob's story. I'm going to focus on the verbo that he and Dontavian Wicks rented. Yeah.
Okay.
Were you not here that week? Were you in some foreign
maybe
country?
It was in Peru. I don't know.
I hope it wasn't in St. Louis.
Tell you what, A.J. Dillon looks jacked. Saw pictures of him. Holy, but Jesus. Jacked.
And he needs to be because they like Marshawn Lloyd a lot, and they obviously like Josh Jacobs, who I spent a lot of time with. But during my conversation with Rob, with Jaden Reed, Rob asked a much more concise question about his evolution as he goes from year 1 to year 2 in the NFL. Here is that discussion.
You must have figured something out last year. You wouldn't have done what you did.
Yeah.
How did you do it so quickly, do you think? Or maybe it didn't feel quickly to you. I don't know.
It really didn't, honestly. That's just, me being a natural-born leader, kind of, and just understanding, just being mature and, knowing my job and stuff like that. But really, I wasn't fully confident until probably the end of the season. So I'm definitely at a different stage now. So I'm looking forward to what
when you went
this year.
into this offseason, and whether it was looking back on what you did or looking forward, what did you say, or maybe what did the coaches tell you in the exit interviews that they wanted you to do going forward, whether it was off-season or going into this season?
Definitely, just work on the little things, getting in and out of the top of routes and stuff like that. Definitely being a better leader, more vocal. That's pretty much it, really. Just working on the little things.
How did you see defenses change the way they covered you as the season went on last year?
Seen a lot of different things, really, like with blitzes and stuff like that, just trying to throw our whole offense off, really. But coaches do a great job of helping us adjust to stuff like that. And, obviously that helped towards the end of the season.
Rob, much more concise in his questions, although, was it just me or did he, interrupt one of those answers?
He's not on his game. He's like, I don't know, maybe it's maybe you didn't think it was, but basically, Jaden, why are you so awesome? That was like Chris Farley with
Remember
Paul.
that time you caught that
Paul,
touchdown?
You were really great, man.
That was awesome.
You did say that it's been more competitive to try and get follow-ups in, so maybe Rob was just,
it
tipping
is
his pitch a little bit there.
I can't.
Are there
I
too
just
many
can't
beat
do it.
guys?
No, there's not. There's actually fewer than there used to be.
I think you want to say yes, but you just are scared.
No, there's. Look, I don't want to sound like Jaire Alexander here. The best beat writer has entered the chat. I would never say that. But I feel really good.
Please do next time you're there, though.
No, I'm not
hilarious.
Going to do that. It would not, actually. And there'd be plenty of pushback. But I do, look, I do this job my way. I think it's a good,
you're the Frank Sinatra of Packers beat
I know I'm not for everyone.
Sinatra.
Yeah, that's me. Sinatra will do. I know I'm not for everyone.
Who's Domofsky then?
But
you guys are
Sammy
the Rat
Davis
Pack.
Jr.
Oh, Sammy.
But I do. I thought that Jaire stuff yesterday was really, really good. I thought, and I don't.
Patting yourself on the back.
I'm saying that his answers were really good.
No, Jaire's stuff was really good. It was informative, and I think it was very, very interesting.
Yeah. And
I don't know if it's interesting enough to give yourself flowers and you pat yourself on the back.
You're welcome.
Don't
for
hurt
my
your
service.
arms. You got that hiking elbow. I don't know. Can you reach that?
It's kind of a stretch.
Wow.
But back to Rob, who does a fantastic job.
Jesse, why don't you tell about those WBAs you won? Let's just keep raving about ourselves.
Chime right in. No, you're the one who brought up the too many beat writers. We all do it. My point was going to be we all do it differently. And if you like a certain style, there are guys that cover the team one way. There are others that tell people stories. There are others that, in Jaire's case yesterday, I think that I wrote it in a balanced way that says, hey, there are reasons to be encouraged, but hold on a second, because he's got to show it. And let's see what happens when the potholes come up from Johnson & Sons Paving having to pave them over. Mm-hmm. You're right. So my point is that Rob and I were in a really good rhythm yesterday with Jaden Reed, and he was fantastic to talk to. And it was great to hear about his relationship with Dontavian Wicks, which is the angle I'm taking.
VRBO.
I mean, he's talking like they're going to be.
Did they hate the cleaning fees, too, that we all get when you do these VRBOs?
I didn't get to that. I asked about, were you door dashing a lot?
Who cooks?
Did you guys cook?
Was it just those two?
Yeah, and Jaden Reed's girlfriend
You
was
get a
there.
better
and
you get a better deal if you go like month to month than you do if you did like a long weekend. I'm guessing you get a better rate, right?
I've never gotten a verbo.
Yeah, I just
Jesse's
think
the
you
only
always
one who
get
knows.
killed with the cleaning fees. Like you get it, it's like, all right, that's a pretty good deal. Yeah, you get a nice little verbo, and then all of a sudden they just hammer you, and then they have you clean up too. Like listen. If you're gonna hammer me with cleaning fees, I'm gonna leave this place a sty. I'm not interested in taking the garbage out, throwing sheets in. No, I'm paying you top dollar to clean it. Clean it. The hell. No, I mean, can somebody tell me, all right, you're going to ask me for an exorbitant cleaning fee. Fine. Well, then why am I cleaning it? Why am I scrubbing dishes and firing blankets and sheets in the washing machine?
You're helping out.
Well, then don't charge me. Can't have it both ways.
What do the Big O say is the motto of the school? Be nice to people and,
nice
and
to
do
people
your part
and
do your dishes.
and get overcharged for verbal cleaning fees.
Apparently we didn't listen to.
No, I mean, is it not crazy? Like everybody that's verboed will tell you the same thing. And Jesse, you did it with the dude that made you uncomfortable and everything else. Did you have to clean up?
Not extensively, but there was a little bit of cleaning
hey, if you
service
don't
will come
mind,
in and
take
care
the
of
trash
everything,
out, scrub your toilets, take all the sheets out, and if you could, put the sheets back on the bed, and make sure the place is clean and you got it. And also here's a $1,000 charge to clean the house.
Well, most of them have a built-in cleaning fee because it's good to have people come in and clean it regardless. Like you're not going to make it spotless before you leave your vacation. So
I'm going to go on a vacation for 3 days. I'm going to pay you to clean it, but I'm also going to ask you clean this thing to be spotless before you go. I think that's wrong. And I'll be curious when in Jason's article, I hope this is going to be a focal point in it.
Here ends our discussion of Jaden Reed's development. Also, Ed Helms sucked on The Office.
Oh, he did. One of the worst TV characters of all time.
Yes. For those of you that missed that show, our Super Bowl preview.
Nard dog.
Our preview of the Super Bowl.
Putting a bow on this, Jaden Reed.
We're putting a bow on it. We never even talked about it.
If you want the safest bet that they're going to be out on the field on 3rd and 5, Jaden Reed's going to be one of those guys. I can't say that about anybody else.
Yeah.
That I'm guaranteeing Jaden Reed will be out there.
I agree. All right, you're going to tell us about Prize Picks, and I'm guessing you'll be picking him come the football season. And then next, we have a report on some very, very, very interesting scheduling for the college football season that you especially are going to be interested in.
I think I know these already.
But tell us about Prize Picks first.
You know the players, you know the stats, and you know basketball. It's playoff time, so put your knowledge where the money is and win up to 100 times your cash with Prize Picks. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and submit your lineup. Turn $10 into $1,000 with just 4 correct picks. You can choose from traditional stats like points and assists, or unique ones like getting a dunk or 3-pointers. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks. That's what makes Prize Picks America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Join the Prize Picks community. 5 million users who have already signed up. And right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use that code WI for the greatest weather from June to October. Again, that's code WI on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
That was an ad-lib, huh? The weather thing? That was an ad-lib?
No, that's right here on the script.
Really?
Yeah.
Send me a copy of that. I'd like to read that part.
I'll send you a copy.
Good one. Scheduling involving your Wisconsin Badgers football schedule. Oh, is Thanksgiving weekend going to be a cornucopia of Wisconsin-based football teams?
Ooh, that's a tease.
We'll tell you about it next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on Wisconsin sports like never before.
Sharing the love that all of us have for volleyball with everyone else is one of my favorite things.
The new home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball, 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for Mosquito Joe of Madison. Well, tired of dealing with pesky mosquitoes, rodents, and other unwanted pests? Well, look no further than Mosquito Joe. Their experts provide comprehensive pest control solutions, keeping your yard and home free from mosquitoes, rodents, rats, stinging insects, and much, much more. From mosquitoes to mice, Mosquito Joe is your partner for comprehensive pest control solutions. Call to schedule a free inspection and let Mosquito Joe transform your indoor and outdoor living experience.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Stoughton Trailers. Big trailers and big opportunity at Stoughton Trailers. Learn more about why a career at Stoughton Trailers might be for you. Go to stojobs.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. Frozena Jarrow has been hired as an assistant coach on the Wisconsin women's basketball team, as announced by head coach Marissa Mosley on Tuesday. Jarrow comes to Madison with over 20 years of experience on the collegiate circuit, most recently spending 6 years at Cleveland State. That tenure includes a 2024 Horizon League regular season title and a 2023 tournament title. Before her coaching career, Jarrow played college basketball at Arizona State, earning Pac-10 All-Star honors and contributing to an NCAA tournament berth.
Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
What is a better buying experience? Well, you're minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. To me, a better buying experience is a personal experience. You're going to have the experience that you're looking for at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. They're going to get you in the vehicle that you need and that you want. If you're in the market for a new or new to you Chevy Silverado or Colorado, I recommend Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
The biggest names in the basketball world.
Dame Dollar Lillard.
Having fun and honest conversations.
He puts it in the shoe, right? And sets the tone for brothers and sisters and family.
Every week, Thanasis Adetokounmpo sits down with special guests on Thanalysis Show. Presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
Fantastic.
Find Thanalysis Show on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And on YouTube by searching Thanalysis Show.
Madison's financial challenges need a Dane County-based bank. Starion Bank is a full-service community bank that delivers quality big bank services with a local approach. We are proud to be there for any budding entrepreneur or small businesses, helping them exceed their financial goals from banking to lending to cash management. Visit a banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, taking you farther.
Like, share, and follow ESPN Madison everywhere. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok for more great content from ESPN Madison. This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around.
All right, Badgers fans. The Packers play on Thanksgiving night.
Did you only?
On Black Friday, Nebraska plays at Iowa on Black Friday night. That was not the breaking news.
Just wait. So that is the NBC, probably a peacocker?
That is the Noah Eagle special on NBC on Friday night.
Not Peacock though. It's on
big
on
NBC.
NBC. Before that, at 11 a.m.
Oh God!
So you'll just have gone to bed after the Packers
It's
Thursday
an 11
night
a.m.
Thanksgiving game.
I was hoping it was a nighter.
Minnesota at Wisconsin, noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. Which, that'll be interesting because if we did a Black Friday show after the Packers played on Thanksgiving night, you would have to leave to go do the radio broadcast of Gophers Badgers.
Seems like it, yeah.
So,
this
pesky.
sucks.
I don't fully understand the 11 a.m. piece to this. Like, why are we doing it at 11?
Well, somebody's got to play at 11.
What is it? What station is it on?
CBS.
CBS.
What? I didn't even know CBS had. Okay, hey, listen, it'll be fun. It's the greatest rivalry in sports. You know, it's the longest running rivalry. It'll be fun. 11 a.m. though.
Credit to Matt Fortuna, who has this report on the Twitter, the X. But yes, 11 a.m. start on Black Friday. Badgers, Gophers from Camp Randall
That means
Stadium.
that these TV executives think Nebraska is going to be some big shining star, because otherwise, why would you not put Scotty Mini in the hopper for that night game? It's a slap to the face of all of us Badger fans that we're doing this, which is good. We'll use that.
So, is that exciting, Jesse? Because I feel like the reaction is not what I was expecting here.
So, it's kind of exciting because it's new and different, and they get to play on Black Friday. It'll be more visible for fans around the country. So if the Badgers are good, this could be a big showcase type game.
I think we're still going to have
season.
Black Friday. Malls are going the way to White Buffalo. Amazon's ruling the world.
Yes, online shopping still exists.
Yeah, online shopping
Black
was
Friday
a big deal.
Specials.
You think people are lining up at Kmart to go in and get the blue light
Don't
special?
know. You're right. I don't think people are lining up at Kmart.
You don't see the stampedes like you used to for a flat screen. You're just not seeing it.
Well, no.
Cabbage Patch Kids.
You can order it ahead of time, but still nobody wants to go to work the day after Thanksgiving, so it's still going to be a thing.
I've always been one that wants to go to work the day after Thanksgiving.
Yes, we're well aware of that.
That's actually true. Yeah.
Yes. Well, you got your wish this year.
Yeah,
that's true. Good one, Jesse.
All right,
nicely done.
Here's what I'm gonna put this out. And I know we usually do this in meetings behind. Let's do a 7 to 10 show. And
no.
What do you mean no?
I don't want to do that.
Why?
Because the Packers play at 7 o'clock the night before, and then the Badgers kick off at 11. If we're just talking about programming things, that's a whole different
thinking about
animal.
doing something crazy here.
Just for myself, I hate this.
Who's with me? I'm going to do the Packer postgame show on our air. I want to stay up all night.
Yeah.
I want to be thankful for our great jobs. I'm thinking about I'm not going to do 24 hours. That's crazy.
You could go to the mall at 5 a.m.
No, I'm not interested in any of that. But are you guys with me?
No.
What do you mean,
not
no?
with you.
I'll do
I'm
the
not
all-nighter.
with you.
I'll do it
Jesse
with you.
will do the all-nighter.
Okay, good luck. All right, so that's
Unless
7 to
LePay
10
needs
show.
to be, I don't know where the basketball
So
team
here's
is. If
the
they
deal.
need to
I'm going to
fill
say
in,
this
I'll
right now
volunteer.
to Brian D., our content cat down in Milwaukee.
Content cats. That's
We're
what it
going
says
to
on
do
his
post-game.
business
We're
card.
going to do Digi only, and I'm going to do one of those simulcasts while the game's going on that Thursday night. I will do the pregame
We're so
show.
full of it.
I want to do a full-fledged boom, 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 and then I'm going to finish my night on Wisconsin's College Game Day.
12 hours of tea.
Oh, 12 hours of tea. It might even be more than 12 hours. And I'm going to see if I can't flip-flop. Well, Thanksgiving we won't do a show, so I can't do that. All right, I'm in. I am ready to work. Jason's going to join me.
I would like to publicly warn Matt LePay.
I'm going to see if I can't fill in. I want to fill in with Ian Fitzsimmons, too, that night.
Oh, my God.
You think Unsportsmanlike will be working? I'm going to jump in, see if I can't sub for Evan. He'll be taking off.
You have to spray tan, apparently, or maybe not. Look, I admire you. Are a little bit like Jaire Alexander. On May 30th, this sounds like a great idea.
No, if you don't think I'll do this, you just don't.
I'm not questioning.
You
whether
don't have to Ronald
do
Reagan me.
No,
I will verify this. I tell you when I'm off, and when I'm working, I'm a worker.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that you would do this. I'm saying that for those who would have to work with you, it would require hazard pay.
You guys, I am a peach when
you're
comes to
tired,
this, and you know it.
Dale in Reedsburg points out it'll also be a big day because Jordan Love will just get his contract extension before Thanksgiving.
Extension before. Nicely done, Dale. That's good.
Okay. This sounds like a terrible idea, but yes, I don't question your work ethic. I question how difficult you are when you're tired. And I think you would have to acknowledge that that's a fair concern for myself, for Matt LePay, for anyone else who would be dealing with you on Black Friday.
You're going to have that tryptophan in you from the turkey, so you're going to need a nap anyway.
We have been traveling. It's not going to be any traveling for the old T's this Thanksgiving.
Packers are at home.
Which is too bad because I kind of wanted to go. The Hoops team is going to West Virginia. And that's a whole nother story. I want to learn more about Greenbrier. I was told that there are some secret passages down at the Greenbrier.
Okay, well, we'll get to Greenbrier.
Yeah, there's some. Let's Google Greenbrier. That's a whole nother deal. But that's that week, and you guys know I love in-season tournaments for our badge because we're really good at them.
And you love secret passageways, apparently.
I do.
All right. So I'd like to put an end to the 10 o'clock hour.
I really want.
Would you just stop? Stream of consciousness, man.
Would you know where a secret passage, like when you run into it?
No, I feel like there was a secret White House stuff down there. There's a lot going on at Greenbrier. Lot. And West Virginia is a state I've never been to. I think I might just be talking myself into going to West Virginia.
Almost heaven.
Is this heaven? No, it's West Virginia.
Oh, God.
Experience the luxury, not just of the Greenbrier, but of a Stearns & Foster mattress from Steinhoffels. Stitched to perfection, Stearns & Foster mattresses provide the entire family with a luxurious sleep experience. Right now, you can save up to $600, get up to $300 in Steinhoffels cash, and save up to $200 on adjustable base sets. All with the Stearns & Foster mattresses. Feel the collection's handcrafted comfort and support at Steinhoffels today, or shop online at steinhoffels.com. The 11 o'clock hour. Any secret passageways in this hour we'll find out together. Starts in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Mark Tauscher here, and when I was on the hunt for a hot tub, I found Patio Pleasures, a locally owned family business. Patio Pleasures has a passion for making your home a place for recovery and relaxation. And that's why I'm excited about my new cold plunge from Patio Pleasures. They only showcase premium recovery and relaxation products, and that's how I know it's going to be great. Gear up for spring and check out Patio Pleasures' 2 incredible showrooms, Madison West and Sun Prairie.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. ESPN Madison, your new home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball. New season, new conference opponents, new radio home, but the same goal to win a national title. Listen to every match all season long, beginning this fall on 100.5 ESPN. And don't miss Rutledge and Hamilton this afternoon on 100.5 ESPN. Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach Kelly Sheffield scheduled to appear in studio with the guys at 4:15 this afternoon. Other Wisconsin Badgers news, football fans, Thanksgiving's going to be interesting this year. The Green Bay Packers, we already knew this, they play at home Thanksgiving night at Lambeau Field, 7:20 kickoff. Then, just announced about 30 minutes ago, the Wisconsin Badgers will host at Camp Randall Stadium the Minnesota Golden Gophers with an 11 a.m. kickoff on Black Friday, the morning after Thanksgiving night. So that's Wisconsin and the Packers both kicking off in the span of 24 hours of each other. Going to be an interesting Thanksgiving weekend. Wisconsin, Minnesota, 11 a.m. on CBS on Black Friday. More reactions with Wilde and Tausch next.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Double Wisconsin geography Wednesday.
I don't think we're going to get that in.
Thursday trivia.
I don't think we're getting it in. We got a surprise guest at 11:30. So I don't know. I'm nervous.
Good. I'm glad you get to feel nervous for once.
I also just got a text from Tennis Tom, our tennis expert, Tommy. Daughters were down, and one of her friends.
We had a tennis expert named Tommy who contributes to this show.
First I've heard of him.
No, what are you talking about? We had him on the air. He's been on air to discuss different tennis things. I didn't call him Tennis Tommy. That's what he is now. He's Tennis Tommy.
Yeah, you did not call him that.
Okay, but they were down at Greenbrier. They saw a secret entrance to an underground bunker, and some dude said, "Don't you dare go in there and move it along." So there's something to this Greenbrier secret passage White House bit that I want to be a part of.
Don't you dare move it along. You think Tennis Tommy gets turned down, but you're going to say, no, I'm going in, Buster.
Well, I mean, are they armed? I don't know how this all works. Is there like yellow tape?
Didn't the Saints go there for training camp?
I see yellow tape. I'm not going to do it. I am a firm believer that you respect yellow tape. So if there's yellow tape, I'm not going to go there. But if there's not, I'm going to go check it out.
What about one of those stanchions that keeps like the curly Q line going up when you're like checking out at the store?
I don't know what that is.
All right.
I'm more confused by why we're having this conversation when you're not going to that tournament anyway. You have to do the radio broadcast
of
the Badgers game against Minnesota in football.
Being an expert for 800 straight hours that
Being
week.
an expert in Badger mid-season tournament champions, Bahamas, Fort Myers, maybe the Greenbrier. The tournament ends Wednesday night, typically in these tournaments. Greenbrier, somewhere I want to go. I think I might go. And I'm going to check out those bunkers.
Not if an armed guard tells you won't be.
With yellow tape.
Jesse, what's the reaction to this Black Friday morning game for the Badgers on the text line?
So people are very into the 12 hours of Tausch Thanksgiving overnight.
Yeah, they don't have to work with them.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that all comes together. How do you want to do it? You want one person to do the entire thing with you, or you just want to go solo?
I always like having a soldier with me.
Okay, so
if it's going to be you, I don't know if Becca's going to be pleased about that.
Of course you're going to volunteer me to do it.
No, if Hunter wants to. I don't know who wants to give up their Thanksgiving. Somebody that does, I'm on board.
As far as the game itself, Jeff, the FedEx guy, very upset because he has to work on Black Friday. And
he's probably got a busy day.
I'm sure he's not alone. Like we are fortunate that we are in an industry where many days or many years we get that day free as a company holiday to spend with our families.
Should always be working it, but yes, I agree.
There are not always people who work in industries that can do that.
Certainly.
And so for Wisconsin and Minnesota to play at 11 a.m. on what for many people is a work day, I'm sure that's a super frustrating thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, Jeff doesn't seem happy.
I am here to tell you that the Greenbrier tip-off.
Oh, boy. Don't tell me it goes till Friday. Don't tell me.
Friday, November 22nd through Sunday, November 24th.
Oh, no.
Just wait, is that Thanksgiving weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do it then. Come on, Greenbrier. What the heck? Why are we doing it then? That's not even really a holiday tournament.
Well, actually, you could do the Badgers-Minnesota game. It'll be over by 2:30, depending on when their first game
and
is.
head over there after Tausch-Giving. Get an afternoon flight over to wherever in West Virginia. I don't even know which city that would be. Greenbrier a city, or is it just a village?
No, it's like it's a resort. So I don't think it's in the city of Greenbrier.
What would be better than working, grinding out a 12-hour shift, and then head to West Virginia to relax?
Except Jesse,
how nice is that going to be?
The tournament is Friday, November 22nd through Sunday, November 24th. Thanksgiving is November 28th, and Badgers Gophers is November 29th.
Wait a minute.
Oh, so it's before Thanksgiving.
What?
Yes. So you are good to go.
No, because the Badgers will have a game on that Saturday probably, week before.
And Nebraska.
Yeah, I'm not.
Maybe they can get that move.
You had me kind of excited. I would have thought that they would
have
have done that. Oh, I'm going to miss out on Nebraska.
Thanksgiving's the 28th? Oh, my God. It was all off.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff.
Well, wait a minute. We're reacting to your stream of consciousness.
No, it's not good news for me at all. No, there's no. I have no hope for the Greenbrier now. My Greenbrier dream is over.
You were just jet setting there on Thanksgiving weekend. You can't go to the Friday game and the Sunday game?
No, there is a game. The Badgers play Nebraska Saturday.
Right. So
probably.
You jet.
Maybe that's a Friday,
too. You could go to the first game on Friday. And then jet to Lincoln.
If I want to go Greenbrier, I don't want to be there for a quick cup of coffee. I want to sit back and enjoy the Brier.
I'm sorry, were we not just getting you there after the Gophers game, which was jetting there?
No, but the tournament was still going. I want to go there to watch the Badgers, too.
Okay.
Really disappointed.
Since when has the Greenbrier been on your list of major attractions you need to go see?
West Virginia's a state I haven't been. I've always said I love the Greenbrier.
You've never brought up DeBrier.
I have definitely brought up Greenbrier.
Italy, and the Greenbrier.
You've brought up Anderson Cooper's Castle more than you've brought up the Greenbrier.
That's true. Well, I've been over by that. That's in the mountain range in North Carolina.
All right. As speaking of
Asheville, that's where that is. It's
speaking of gems of places, Lac La Belle is on that list as well. But
I
want to get to our surprise.
Jason, I'm excited. We're heading there tomorrow. We're going to go golf the old Lac La Belle tomorrow.
Birthplace of golf in Wisconsin.
We are in Oconomowoc, and what I love about it tomorrow. Hey, going to do the show, going to have a little lunch, going to head down, have a couple Coors Lights, and we're going to go and enjoy a great round of golf at Lac La Belle, named Best New Wisconsin Course in 2021 by Golf Digest. Club at Lac La Belle, it is open. You can go to clubatlaclabelle.com to book your tee time. They have event space. I'm sure we'll stop out at the Rivalry Pub afterwards, maybe get a fish fry, sit out on that beautiful porch and watch the sunset. And then you have that great little 18-hole putting green on a great course where a historic past meets that vibrant future. Go to clubatlaclabelle.com today to start your journey.
All right, we need to play trivia. Tausch doesn't think we can get it done, but I will make sure that we do for our surprise guest at 11:30. So caller 7 and caller 14 for double Wisconsin Geography Wednesday on a Thursday trivia. Caller 7 and caller 14. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. We will play next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
It's racing season. That means you've got to get out to Elkhart Lakes Road America. IndyCar driver Will Power has experienced it many times. He loves the fan atmosphere at Road America.
Oh, yeah, I do. I mean, at the end of each day, I always go for a cruise in my golf cart around the camping grounds. just to see everyone there with their families grilling out and playing cornhole and having a good time. It's certainly a different atmosphere for somewhere like Long Beach where it's a big party atmosphere. That's like a very family time together atmosphere, and it's a really cool campground. It really is, and it's actually a really good track to watch from as well. Some pretty cool viewing areas. So it's certainly a place to go for a good weekend of camping, I'd say, with the family.
Be part of race day this summer at Road America. Visit roadamerica.com.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Prairie Athletic Club is the ultimate destination for health, wellness, and crushing your goals. This is Sarah Tauscher. Say goodbye to post-workout aches and pains at the Pack's new Recovery Zone. With their assisted stretch and pneumatic boot sessions, you can get instant results, leaving you feeling refreshed and ready to tackle your next workout. Don't believe it works? Give it a try. Stop in, stretch your body, and relax your mind at the Pack. Visit prairieathletic.com to learn more. Prairie Athletic Club, family fun community.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2024 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with national customer credit. Offer expires June 3rd, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out their website to see their current electric vehicle inventory and their monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins at Zimbrick Audi Madison off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
This is going to be a summer like no other at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. We're giving away over $300,000 in cash and prizes in just 3 months in our Golden Summer Series. There's so much happening May through July. We're talking rollover jackpots, promo kiosk rewards, hot seat drawings, pick a prize, hot ticket drawings, and more. It all adds up to over $300,000 in cash and prizes, including grand prizes of $5,000, $10,000, and the chance for something even bigger. The Golden Summer Series means more ways to win at
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Let's play some trivia so we can get to our surprise sausage bread making guest. Let's welcome in our contestants. First, it is Josh in Milwaukee. He was caller 7, and he is a first-time contestant. Josh, good morning. How are you? Josh, good morning. Hi.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Hey, there he is.
Hey, all right. Hi, Josh. How you doing?
Never doubt. Are you there? Are you there? Hello?
We're there.
Hello?
Oh, hi. Boy. Oh, he can't hear us.
Hi.
There he is. He's there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can.
I'm here.
There he is, Jesse. Stop worrying about it.
Excellent. All right.
I'm here.
Welcome, Josh. And our second caller, our second contestant, I don't know if it's the same Matt in West Bend as the clever texter who is pushing Matt Coonan.
Yeah, he's definitely
for
pushing.
MVT Award nomination. But Matt, good morning. How are you?
Doing well.
All right. Well, good. Glad to hear it. We're going to play some trivia now. The category is Wisconsin geography because we didn't play yesterday, so now we're playing twice. Josh, you have question number 1, and that question is this. Which of these cities shares its name with a lake that borders the city of Madison? Is it Monona, McFarland, or Mugwanago?
Monona.
Boom. 1 for 1. All right, Matt, here you go. Which of these is the name of the other lake? I'm pretty sure there's 3 lakes that border Madison, but be that as it may. Which of these is the name of an other lake that borders the city of Madison? Is it Mendota, Monroe, or Muskego?
Mendota.
Jesse, why are you sliding Wingra?
Oh, Wingra doesn't count. Come on.
For sure does.
Wingra does nothing to make the isthmus. Where the 2 lakes that make the isthmus are the lakes that matter in this factor here.
So you say. Question 2, Josh, is this. Longitudinally, which of these Wisconsin cities is located farthest west? Farthest west. Is it Johnson Creek, Green Lake, or Elkhart Lake?
Elkhart Lake.
You said it very confidently.
Yep.
Which always makes me wonder if Jesse has the information correct when someone says it that confidently. According
I know what it is, though.
You do?
Yeah, it's Green Lake.
Okay, so then why, if you knew what it was, why'd you say Elkhart Lake?
I just wasn't sure. I wasn't 100% sure before I got it wrong.
Oh,
yeah, Jason.
But now you know. All right, Matt, question 2 for you. Latitudinally.
If you know it, say the right answer, Matt.
It's good advice. Not going to lie. Matt, latitudinally, which of these Wisconsin cities is located farthest north? Farthest north. Is it Sheboygan, Shiocton, or Shorewood?
Sheboygan.
I think it's Shiocton.
It is Shiocton. All right, you both got your second questions wrong. Let's both bounce back on question 3. Josh, which of the
tough third questions today for these guys? These are going to be tough.
At least you're admitting it ahead of time. Which of these cities is closest to Wrigley Field, making it the easiest of 3 for Craig Counsell to visit on a day off? And for you to meet him there and boo him, Jesse.
Boo!
All right, which of these is closest to Wrigley Field? Broadhead, Avalon, or Brooklyn? And I have no idea.
Avalon.
I'm going to go Brooklyn.
Maybe.
I'm going to go Brooklyn here.
One of you is right.
One of you is right, allegedly. And fortunately, it's Josh.
Hey, good work, Josh.
Nice. All right, Matt, your turn. Question 3. Which of these cities is farthest from Wrigley Field, making it the most difficult out of the 3 for Craig Counsell to visit on a day off and for
Great
Jesse
question.
to stalk him
Great
and
question.
boo him there. Farthest from Wrigley Field, Matt. Is it Auburndale, Colfax, or Stockbridge?
I'm going to go with Auburndale.
I think it's Colfax. I think Colfax is up north over by Eau Claire.
One of you is right.
Unfortunately, it's Tausch. That's right. Colfax, the correct answer. All right. Josh, you got 2 out of 3, so you got 3 of the possible 4 entries tomorrow, although Jesse won't be here to draw it, so hopefully Hunter can handle it. Matt, despite your text additions to our program, which are fantastic, you only got 1 right, so that means you only have 2 entries into tomorrow's drawing. But hey, stranger things have happened. Thanks to you both for playing. We appreciate you both.
Yep. Right, thank you. Thank you.
All right, we have a special...
No love yous.
Well, they
love you guys.
Thanks, Brett.
It's a lot to ask when things have gone less than great. In town to play the
got
Dolphins,
2.
you dumbass.
I got a couple. Hard questions. Colfax? Come on.
Auburndale.
Did you guys ever take your wedding ring off and spin it?
Hey.
What?
Captain Stream of Consciousness.
38 seconds I had while I was listening. 38 seconds because the clock is there?
You questioned whether or not we'd get to your surprise
I didn't
guest.
think you'd do it.
I got us at 11:28,
38
out
seconds
to break.
of spinning, and it hit off the little thing here.
And you're talking about spinning your wedding ring.
That's the best I've done.
Can
38 seconds.
Can you talk about Quick Trip instead?
It's baseball season, and it's time for me and you to take a quick trip to the ballpark. Big game this afternoon, I think at noon. The Brewers, for every $200 you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards, you're going to earn a free ticket to a Brewers game of your choice. That's right, big savings and free Brewer tickets. Visit the Quick Rewards app. Click on the Fan Zone button on the app's home screen to opt in, and you can start redeeming your tickets. You can redeem up to 6 Brewer tickets at a time. And who doesn't want to go to a Brewers game for free using your Quick Rewards? Get these Brewer points from Quick Reward. In addition to the Quick Reward visits, double the points, double the happiness. Blackout dates and upgrade fees may apply. See quicktrip.com/ballpark to get your free tickets today.
Our surprise guest joins us next. Think sausage bread. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
And not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, a future rocket scientist, we have liftoff, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside and no drafts, it's a game changer.
Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. That's 5/31/2024.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and when I was on the hunt for a hot tub, I found Patio Pleasures, a locally owned family business. Patio Pleasures has a passion for making your home a place for recovery and relaxation. And that's why I'm excited about my new Cold Plunge from Patio Pleasures. They only showcase premium recovery and relaxation products, and that's how I know it's going to be great. Gear up for spring and check out Patio Pleasures' 2 incredible showrooms, Madison West and Sun Prairie.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
The second annual ESPN Madison Open, presented by Coors Light, is coming soon, and you can swing into the fun. Molly Brown here. Join us on Monday, August 5th at Bishops Bay Country Club and help raise money for the Miracle League of Dane County. Purchase a whole sponsorship, and you'll help provide adaptive equipment, uniforms, and a safe, inclusive environment where every child can thrive. Interested? Email ESPN Madison sales at goodkarmabrands.com. Sponsor a hole, donate, and make dreams come true with the Miracle League of Dane County, because every child deserves the chance to play ball.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we believe athletes are defined by their journey, not the medals they win. And creating a safer stage for all levels of competition is our priority. Join the movement to end abuse at uscenterforsafesport.org.
Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN Radio. Paul Goldschmidt and the St. Louis Cardinals storm into Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia to go head-to-head with Bryce Harper and the Phillies. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
So I tell people all the time, that it was my idea for Wilde and Tausch, because I like to brag about that. Secondly, that one of the great things about this job is that you never know where the show is going to go. Jaire Alexander and OTA, sure. But did we have sausage bread and former backup Packers quarterback Craig Nall on our bingo card for today's show? Of course not.
It was on my show sheet.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, it's on the show now. Joining us now, the pride of Northwestern State and of sausage bread making fame. It is former Packers quarterback Craig Nall on Wilde and Tausch. Craig, good morning. You got a batch of sausage bread going right now, do you?
Actually, I do. Thanks for having me on, guys. Tausch, I'm glad that my bread has kept you
supple.
My memory in your mind.
Yeah. So
appreciate the call.
Yeah, Craig, I have to say, so it was kind of a throwaway line this morning. We had one of the hosts of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio joined us, Evan Cohen, and I just kind of was like, because you were the king. You brought that sausage bread on the plane, and people's, first off, their noses perked up, but everybody wanted it. You had to start rationing it, and he was just dumbfounded that this was the case. So I don't know if you want to give out the recipe, but can you explain? I tried to. I said it kind of has a calzone feel, but it's in a sandwich form where that sausage just kind of oozes out. Can you explain what the sausage bread is?
Yeah, gladly. So my mom got the original recipe from a high school tailgating party. I grew up in Louisiana, and it's something that we've served, family get-togethers, tailgating parties, holidays, whatever it is. So when I got to Green Bay, my rookie year, I was told that we're supposed to bring food on the plane for your position for away trips. And I asked Brett, I was like, hey, man, I heard I'm supposed to bring some food. Do you want me to bring anything? He said, yeah, if you go by McDonald's, give me a double quarter pounder with cheese. So first week, I went to McDonald's. But then I was like, man, this is Brett Favre we're talking about. I can do better than that. So I said, I know what. He'll like some of this Cajun bread. And then the recipe yields like 2 loaves. So basically, take the bread dough, you flatten it out, brown some pork sausage, caramelize some onions, jalapenos, black olive, a little garlic, throw some cheese in there, and then you fold it up and bake it. So I made 2 loaves the first time. And Brett was like, man, you made this? I said, yeah. And typical, he's like, man, you're going to make somebody a good wife one day. So he asked if I had given something to Coach Sherman yet, and I was like, no, I haven't. He said, well, you need to. So I cut half a loaf and brought it up there to Coach Sherman. And, of course, he devoured it. So the next time we traveled, I made 4 loaves. And then the following time, I made 4 loaves. You know, of course, the lineman get a little nosy. Hey, what you got there?
What do you got there? Hey, what's in that saran? What's in that tin foil?
Yeah, so I started I'd take a loaf or 2 and, you know, slice it up, wrap it in aluminum foil, and have a little bit there. Some for me and Brett and Doug and Coach Sherman. And then it got to 6 loaves. And then guys are like, man, that little slice or 2 you gave me is enough. How much for my loaf? So I started selling them for $20 a loaf. And, you know, back then I didn't have my processes worked out where I was pre-making everything. So I was making everything from scratch. And I think it was in my second year, I had to make 16 loaves. And I'm scrambling. I've made some before we went to Saturday morning walkthroughs and everything. As soon as we're done, haul ass home, put them in the oven, shower, take them out, roll some more up, put them in the oven, get dressed. And I'm doing probably 100 down the road from my apartment, and I get to the airport. 5 minutes before they close the door, I walk on the plane, and I've got this big box of bread, and I've got to go through first class where, you know, all the front office people and head coaches and everybody that's sitting there looking at their watches, like, well, at least he made it, you know. And I get back to coach, and I'll never forget. Everybody just erupted like, yeah, he made it, and he's got the bread, woo! And I'm like, here you go, never again, hope you enjoy it, I'm out. I'm not getting cut over some stupid bread, you know. But
do you think the bread prolonged your career, though? Because the coaches and making decisions getting that bread probably were like, all right, we'll keep Nall around because he makes damn good sausage bread.
Yeah, and Taos, back me up on this, but we went on a road game winning streak. Like, every time I made it, 1 week I couldn't make it and we lost, so I was blamed for that.
Yeah,
you know?
I remember that.
You know, but yeah, I just joked around that half the reason I was still on the team is because Coach Sherman liked the Cajun bread so much.
Wow, everybody loved it. So, Craig, you painted a great picture with the caramelized onions and the olives and the pork sausage. Did you hollow out the bread? It wasn't like a donut where you shoved a syringe in there and squeezed it in. What did you do? Hollow it, and then that's how they make donuts, Jason. And then you put how did you get the bread stuffed in, or the sausage stuffed in, and then the bread? Because I don't remember it being like a split. I remember it being all enclosed. Am I crazy?
Yeah. No. So I buy the bread dough frozen.
Yep.
And then I'll let it thaw out, and then I'll flatten it out. So I'll put the filling in the middle and then fold it up and then bake it after that. There's no injection or anything. It's actually hand-folded.
It's the best. It was the best,
I have this
Jerry.
Picture in my mind of Craig Nall in his kitchen of his apartment
with a bunch of flour on, looking at his watch thinking, why am I doing this?
And his apron has number 16 on it like a jersey. And he's making his bread. Every week, like he's, Brett, I'll get you all those cut-ups of what you need to know about the Vikings secondary, but I got to finish the bread first.
Yeah, that's important, man. The guys relied on it, you know. Here's the other thing. I had me a little racket going. You know, you get on the plane and you get your envelope with the itinerary. A lot of times your hotel keys in there, but you also have about $150, $200 per diem money. So I'd put that up, and I'd take the $150 of my sales from Cajun bread, and I'd use that to go play poker in the back and try to double that, you know, and keep my per diem money. And I'm on a minimum salary.
Yeah.
You know, I'm making gross like $300 a year. You know, I've seen as far as bank statements, you know, you can clear in that in a week. So I'll do everything I could to survive.
Talking with former Packers quarterback and
When's
chef.
the last time you made it, Craig? When's the last time you made the sausage bread?
Tausch is.
Let me fast forward a little bit about.
Okay.
The truth is, Tausch is wondering if you can make them.
No, I want
make
him to
it
ship
now,
some up.
freeze it, and ship.
Of course I do. Yeah, he knows. Nall knows me. He knows where my head's at.
Yeah, it's in your stomach.
Amen.
So about 7 years ago, I had a friend of mine that's out in California. He's like, man, can you send me some? Because I've given out the recipe before, and everybody comes back like, man, you do something different.
Right, it's not
it
the same.
Turn out the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know, just in my DNA, I guess. But so I was like, well, look, let me try to make some. Give me a couple weeks. So I got in the kitchen, and I would roll them, freeze them. I could never get it to bake out consistently. Either it was like burnt on the outside, still frozen inside, or all the filling from the pressure, would end up on the pan. So by trial and error, I went from a loaf of bread to a dozen stuffed dinner rolls. So now I took my mom's recipe and I split it. I made a spicier version of it, and then I made a milder version of it.
Okay.
And I also do like the breakfast version, so sausage, egg, and cheese, and bacon, egg, and cheese. And I've experimented with a number of other ones. I did a Philly cheesesteak roll one time. Recently, for the Super Bowl this past year, I did a chicken bacon ranch that turned out great. So I've got plans to kind of expand it a little bit. I wouldn't say I've started a business. I've developed a product. I've had it in low-level production over the last few years.
Coming up next on Shark Tank, Craig Nall sells his sausage bread.
Yeah, I actually have that application printed out, but I need some sales under my belt. I'm still kind of making it from home right now. But I roll them up, freeze them, and then vacuum seal them and sell them by the dozen. So my website is CajunBread.com if you want to get on there.
Oh, my God!
Jesse, put an order in. We're throwing an order in. We're going to have that. It's going to be what? So if we're getting it, I don't know, but this breakfast one sounds phenomenal.
My spicy version is my best seller, but then close second is the sausage, egg, and cheese roll.
Oh, look at you!
It's really good.
Look at this young
it's just
man.
Simple, man. It's easy to make.
Goes from just sprinting around, getting all irritated that he's going to be late for the plane, to starting a business selling sausage rolls. What a story.
A Cinderella story.
It's fun. I still do it from home. I don't really. I can ship it. It's quite pricey because I don't have distribution and all that stuff set up. I'm still making it.
When do you think you get distribution? What do you got to do to get distribution on this? Because I think
one, I've got to have it produced in a FDA kitchen, not in my own kitchen at home. I can't keep up with the volume, but insurance and all that other stuff comes into play. So
all grown-up stuff.
It's yeah, I've got a potential meeting with a grocery chain down here called HEB.
Wow.
That may have some interest in them carrying it. Dude. And if that's the case, then I can take a purchase order and shop it around to a co-packing facility that can make it for me, and they'll help with packaging and distribution and all that stuff. So
this is amazing.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
I'm on the website right now.
It's great.
Craig's Cajun Bread, Louisiana, all rolled up.
Yeah, if you click on there, you can see the little About page. It kind of tells the story that I mentioned about bringing it on the plane.
My favorite is the menu is listed as Le Menu.
Oh, it's French. Nall's always been he's always had a little French in him.
So Craig, talking with Craig Nall, former Packers quarterback and now sausage bread entrepreneur. Look, I always enjoyed your time with the Packers. You were the first player who, when I always would wear different college T-shirts, brought me one of your school's T-shirts. I still have it, which was pretty cool of you. Said a lot about you. But I was wondering where this conversation was going to go. I had no idea. Tausch, did you know that Craig was doing this?
I knew that he was kind of selling stuff way back. I did not know that he had gotten a website and started doing this. And no, I'm not surprised because I'm telling you, it's the real deal. Like, it's really good. So that part's not surprising.
I built the website myself too.
Well, that might be a problem.
I designed the logo, built the website myself.
What did you start What did you start getting computer programming with Favre? Like, when did you guys start decide that you're going to start writing websites? You coding? Tell me you're coding now too.
I'm not coding. It's actually through Squarespace. It's pretty easy. You just got to drag and drop and just fill in the blanks.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Even Tausch.
Right, the drag and drop. Fair enough.
Craig, you were also coaching up young quarterbacks as well, right? Are you still doing that, or is the sausage bread business overtaken that?
Yeah, so this past year is the first year in the last 15 that I haven't been doing private lessons here locally. Went through a divorce, started a new career. I'm in oil and gas now, loving it, coming up on a year anniversary next month. So I've really been kind of focusing on my kids, starting a new career. So I've kind of put the private training on the side, even though I'm still involved with the Elite 11.
Yeah,
we have our finals coming up in 3 weeks out in LA. So I did a few of those regionals this year. Still involved in it. I love giving it back. I think I'm a pretty decent coach. This is my 12th year on tour with the Elite 11. So still doing that. Private lessons I've kind of put on hold for right now, but I'll probably get back into it.
Tausch would like to talk to you about the oil and gas prices and everything else, petroleum, et cetera.
Yep.
He's got a great idea for how you could lock in on prices that he's been pushing for a while, which I actually think is a really good idea. I don't know how it would work fiscally, but let's get the Cajun bread to the Shark Tank people first. I think we need to adopt this as our next. We've already had experience. We had one of our friends with just the cheese.
He was on Shark Tank, yeah.
Who was on Shark Tank. So he's
turned
been
down
through the
Mark
process.
Cuban.
Turned down an offer from Mark Cuban. So we can talk to him.
In fairness, and Craig knows this, he's got to get some sales first. He's got to sell them. We're going to buy some when we figure out how to, I want the breakfast spicy dinner rolls. That's what we're going with.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. I mean, like Jesse to pay for.
Told you how pricey it is to sell.
Yeah, we'll get one. We'll get some. It'll be fun.
Yeah. So obviously, Cuban being here in the Dallas area, that'd be good for me. But
just
I know
wait, you're in
also
Dallas?
Free, so.
You're in the Dallas area. All right, you know what? I come down every year. I'm gonna treat you to breakfast at Roxy's because I got those vouchers, and you're gonna bring some sausage bread. Now bringing it back. All right, hold off on ordering it. I'm gonna be down there. We're gonna be down there, Nolly, and we're gonna meet up at Moxie's for a nice breakfast.
There you go. We'll bring the bread.
Craig, this was
they're little dinner rolls, right? So kind of like a little ball. My buddies call them Nall's balls. And I'm gonna
That's
make
not bad.
Hashtag put them in your mouth.
Craig,
hashtag put them in your mouth.
Yeah, we heard you.
Whoa, Nelly!
You're so child. You know what? You're a successful entrepreneur.
No wonder you got along with
you're
Favre.
running gas and oil. You're doing camps, and you're still as immature as you always were.
Cuban's out now.
Cuban ain't gonna be dealing with that hashtag Nolly.
Craig, this was an incredible treat. I'm really glad that the fates of radio led to the reference to your bread and then led to this conversation. This was really fun, buddy. Good luck with everything, and we will definitely keep in touch, and Tausch can't wait for you to ship you his balls or something like that.
What? Yeah, I appreciate it. I think, Tausch, the last time I was on your radio show, I ended up having to do an Elvis impersonation. Remember that?
Yeah, you did that. I think you had an apology tour that you didn't really need to do with the grandpa tie, all that. So this is a lot more
misquoted
fun.
by Jeff Pearlman. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still bitter about that. Nolly, you were awesome, man. Good luck to you. Keep in touch, all right, buddy?
It, guys. Thanks. We'll do.
Wow. The website, again, is CajunBread.com, not NallsBalls.com.
Wait, some hashtag that's classic. That's classic, just juvenile behavior. Yeah, juvenility.
No wonder he got along with Favre so well. You need to tell us about Johnson & Sons Paving, which is another successful business endeavor, much like Craig Nall's Cajun Bread.
Yeah, and if you want to visit with me out with the team at Johnson & Sons, you got a day left to book your business. If you book an appointment before May 31st, I could be out there with the great crew from Johnson & Sons. They're 2 decades of experience. We're ready for the challenges that winter has left behind. We know there's potholes everywhere. We're going to get that fixed up. We're going to patch it or completely replace those potholes with Johnson & Sons Paving. Visit johnsonandsonspaving.com today. And, again, you have a day to book your business to get me out there on that roller fixing any of the potholes that might have come from the long winter.
We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio. After surviving elimination in Game 4, the Minnesota Timberwolves face a must-win once again. Coverage begins tonight at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on SiriusXM Channel 80. Presented by Indeed.
Mark Tauscher here for Mosquito Joe of Madison. Well, temperatures rising and longer days full of summer sunshine. It's definitely time to make sure you can enjoy the outdoors of your own yard this year. And to get the best of your summer experience at home, I recommend getting in touch with Mosquito Joe of Madison. Mosquito Joe's experts provide comprehensive pest control solutions, keeping your yard and home free from mosquitoes, rodents, rats, stinging insects, and more. My family is so thankful that we have Mosquito Joe to help make summertime in our yard relaxing. Call 608-504-2131 now for a free inspection and let Mosquito Joe transform your indoor and outdoor living experience. That's 608-504-2131. Outside is fun again when you go with Mosquito Joe.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994. Find the Great Dane nearest you at greatdanepub.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. A hearty congratulations is due to our very own Tarek Saleh, who was inducted into the UW Athletic Hall of Fame Wednesday evening. Here's Jason Wilde with some very kind words about the Badger legend.
Not only is he one of the all-time great Badgers, but he's one of my all-time favorite Dukes. He's the all-time leader in sacks and tackles for loss at a major Power 5 program, which he was a crucial part in building into the powerhouse that it became.
Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Want to join the fastest-growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest-growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
When you're in the right place at the right time, things get done. The important things, like knowing what you need and how it all works. Talking truck. Fixing it right the first time. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, our people get it done right and now. That's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. And you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, a special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Bandana? Check. Boots? Check. Gloves? Check. As a motorcycle rider in Wisconsin, you may go to great lengths to protect your image. Just be sure you're protecting yourself, too. Wear a Department of Transportation-approved helmet. Perform safety checks on your motorcycle. Know the traffic laws and don't take risks. Motorists and motorcyclists can work together to achieve zero preventable deaths on Wisconsin roads. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. Learn more at zeroinwisconsin.gov. Wisconsin DOT.
It's an American League East showdown at Camden Yards. Gunnar Henderson and the Baltimore Orioles face the Tampa Bay Rays. Coverage begins Saturday at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Presented by Progressive Insurance.
I don't know what I'm more excited about. The fact that that was a really fun conversation with Craig Nall, trying the bread, or the fact that once again you'll have another opportunity to use those stupid vouchers that you got hosed on in Dallas. Whatever happens, you'll be having a Coors Light with your bread or maybe with your breakfast.
Yeah, Coors Light brewed with a 3-step co-processed, co-lager, co-filtered, and co-packaged, so it's made to chill. Born in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado in 1978, Coors Light is refreshing. It is crisp. It's only 102 calories. That's why it is Coors Light. When I need a moment to chill, celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Jesse, you got that order in?
No, Tausch told me not to order it now because he's going to Dallas.
I think we should order a little something.
Yeah, we should help Craig's business.
Yeah, I wonder how much shipping will be. I don't know, and I'm curious how much Craig is charging for those little biscuits. I got a hunch the breakfast biscuits, spicy biscuits, is where we need to live.
Nall's balls and spicy biscuits on Wilde and Tausch.
Add it to your Thanksgiving travels.
Yeah, you can eat them on Black Friday while you watch the Badgers at 11 a.m. That's it for us today. We will do it again tomorrow without Jesse. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on Wisconsin